Hello! It's the last day of the MultiCrew Drive!
Yay!
Yeah, we
Whee!
did it.
And
did it.
Julia is drinking the fancy glass.
I spent all day yesterday making tomato water.
Oh,
This is a tomato
Nice.
water martini.
hell yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I made?
Delicious. What?
The other weeks ago or something? I got the, what's the Noma? The
Uh-huh.
Noma fermentation book. And one of them is like
Ooh.
fermented tomato water. So you like fermented
Cool.
tomatoes and then make the tomato water. So
That sounds really good.
yeah.
Maybe a future episode of Beginner's Potluck / Spirits in there somewhere.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe.
Put it in the book. Put it in the book.
Put it in the book.
Something's gonna get fat washed.
Yeah. Claire, if you only knew how much I enjoy clarifying cocktails, one of my favorite things to do.
I don't know if you want any Claire lore, but for a very long time I worked at like really, really high level cocktail bars.
Mhm.
As
Wait,
like,
really?
for like years. For during my master's and the first half of my PhD. And so I like used to be fat washing stuff and clarifying stuff left and right and doing all because Scotland has like a big cocktail scene.
Right.
And I was also in New Zealand. And when I was there, I was working on a cocktail bar there.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Did you wink at people when you said you were clarifying their cocktail or?
Ha! No, but I should have. That's so smart.
Damn.
I'm not smart, unfortunately. Is
Oh yeah, okay.
Puns
only
are not
one-
smart. Puns are not smart. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
That's
the
my
only
first hot
one-
take of the stream is puns are not smart.
Puns are not smart.
Well, let
You
me
just did a word good.
let me clarify what we're doing here today, and then I think we'll start with some warm-up ones. But we're playing the hot takes game, otherwise known as the Brandon Grugel gets everyone to yell at each other game, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yay.
So what we're gonna do is I have asked all four of us plus Deboki, who might be joining us later, plus some maybe some random ones. I got some other places. I have a
Oh.
list of 15 hot takes. I shuffled them up. We're all gonna pick a number, and then you're gonna be assigned a hot take, and you must defend that hot take to your death.
Oh, no.
I might have a
Okay.
D15 I can roll about it. 1 second.
Ooh.
And is there such thing as a D15?
I have a bunch of weird dice shapes.
Yeah.
I'm checking.
Okay.
Misha has a great weird dice collection, I will say. I have
that's
seen
awesome.
it in person, and it's cool.
I like them opening their cabinet of weird dice.
Yep.
Mhm. And the way the points will work is if you successfully get someone to think that it is your hot take, you will get a point. And if you, as the guesser, choose that it's either not their hot take, you'll get a point. If you say that it's not their hot take, you get a point. And also you get a bonus point if you can name whose hot take it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
this is
Brandon,
good.
This is chaos. I really like
chaos.
this.
But
Now, Brandon, you're hosting, though. So right now, it's just Misha, Claire, and I competing, correct?
Oh, no, I'll be in there. Don't you worry.
Oh, okay.
Now, obviously, I can't give myself the points for knowing,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's my disadvantage for hosting.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I could only find a D14 and a D16.
Ah, fuck.
Those are both still
sucks.
crazy. Can I just
Can I be honest with you? Still pretty crazy.
Yeah.
still crazy?
But I think we should warm up though with some warm takes, if you will.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
And I think Julia, you should start with your puns aren't funny or whatever you said.
Not smart.
Claire said puns are smart, and I said puns aren't smart. Puns aren't smart. They're just wordplay. They're just like, oh, you said a thing that sounds kind of like another thing. Wow, how impressive of you.
Now, so my biggest thing about puns, quote unquote puns, is that people say, "Oh, what a cool pun," when it was just wordplay and not an actual pun.
Okay, so what is the definition for you? That is the difference between wordplay and pun.
A pun is like you mix. It's like a portmanteau almost, like or like a substitution, but it's not like just a funny way to say something. You know,
pun you have to use like or as.
Let me see if there's actually a definition.
Not while I'm sipping, Misha. Not while I'm sipping. I can't waste this precious tomato water.
Yeah.
A joke exploiting the different possible meanings of a word or the fact that there are words which sound alike but have different meanings. Huh.
So your thing was really just wordplay, Brandon. That was not a pun.
Yeah, maybe.
No, is it because Claire?
Claire.
So it sounds like my name, which is Claire.
Yeah,
Just
but it's
But it doesn't play
in
on
case.
this is the thing, because it doesn't play on the meaning. So mine was just
Yeah.
wordplay,
hmm
but it doesn't like
Mm.
a pun is playing on the two meaning of two words.
What Brandon is doing is, if you've ever seen any of the slightly later seasons of Community, Brandon is changing
Yeah.
the the definition of what wordplay is.
Not
Really good.
changing.
No,
Oh.
changing, which is exactly what we're
That's the
talking about.
Also, I've never seen a single episode of Community.
Well, you're a college
Claire!
professor, so you should probably watch it.
Claire, it's
Yeah,
so
and I'm sure it's
fun.
exactly like the.
It's
the
both
college
exactly like the
experience I'm
college
having.
experience at
Uh-huh.
Yale specifically, and
100%.
also has everything to do with everything about your job. It's so accurate.
Yeah, it's Claire. It's a
okay.
great show. I would say, much like any other sitcom that came out 10 to 15 years ago, some of the stuff doesn't age great, but for the most part, in general, ages wonderfully.
Claire,
It's still like
I haven't seen it either. Don't worry.
Claire, there are episodes of this show that I think about to this day and genuinely think are some of the best produced episodes of television ever.
There's a hot
ever made.
take for you.
Not a hot take.
chaos,
Community is
the
very
chaos
popular.
theory episode of Community is one of the greatest episodes of television that's ever existed.
That's the one with Donald
That's
Glover,
a hot
right?
take.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to
Claire,
watch
it's not that much of a hot take. There's articles about it online.
it. Oh, we're getting
And
spicy
you can-
already.
If you had seen Claire, I would have given you that as a hot take if you've seen the episode that I'm referring to. However, you can't tell me it's a hot take.
You ain't
if have
seen it, you
never
can't
seen it.
talk shit.
I'm
You
hearing.
can't
I'm
talk shit.
hearing that this game is just makes Julia specifically mad.
Yeah, this is gonna be excellent.
I'm so excited at this point. I'm not even mad yet.
All right, let's get another.
I have gin and I'm ready to go.
You should get that on a sweatshirt. I also chat. If anyone in chat has a hot take they want to share, that is a warm up, let us know. But does anyone else have any warm takes they want to warm up with? Julia's warm.
Julia's
it's
there.
the
Julia
gin.
got there. Let me think. A warm take.
Claire, have you heard my warm take about apples?
God,
No, but I would
fucking
love to.
apples again. Not the goddamn apples.
Please tell me.
Apples suck.
But you say all like okay. The thing is, your food takes don't weird me out that much because I know they're gonna be bad. So I'm like, okay, whatever. We already know that he has bad opinions.
And that's how you can tell Claire's really a true integrated member of Multitude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have one. I have a warm take, and I'm saying this while I'm eating some right now. Chocolate is just okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, I'm with
That's
you.
my warm
Wait,
take.
Claire, what kind of chocolate do you like?
Well, I actually like most chocolates. The only thing is, if you were like, you could never have chocolate again, I would be like, okay.
Mhm.
That's my feeling on
I
chocolate.
agree with that.
I do agree with that actually too. I do enjoy chocolate, but if you took it away from me, I'd be like, all right, just don't touch my
Like,
cheese.
I'm
man.
I'm a fruit dessert kind of girl.
Yes,
Mm.
100%.
We already know I'm addicted to gummies, but if you were like, you could have the chocolate thing, unless I'm like hormonal, if you were like, you can have the chocolate thing or the fruity thing, I would be like, give me the fruity thing every time.
Yeah, interesting. I
It's
think
like
I would
fresh,
be
it's nice.
Yes, I agree with that. I think if you took chocolate away from me forever, I would be like, I'll survive. Jake, I think, would be the opposite, where he would be
Mm.
like, if I could never eat fruit again, and we're talking about the sweet definition of fruit, like the
Right.
general
Mhm.
consensus of what fruit is, not like tomatoes are fruit. I'm like, yeah, I know, but we don't use it in dessert that often. I think he would swap that 100%, which is very
Interesting.
interesting to me. But he's also like,
Mm.
he thinks white chocolate is the devil. He thinks milk chocolate is mid, but dark chocolate, he will have it any day of
Well,
the week. Does not matter what time.
In that, Jake is correct, like in
Yes.
many things.
Yes, of course.
No.
I
But
think
that's
all
fine.
are good.
Chocolate.
No,
I think they're all good in different
because
contexts.
dark
Yes,
chocolate
that's-
hides
yeah.
the fruity, like fruitier undertones.
Yeah, he's a Scotch and like coffee guy, so of course he likes dark chocolate too, because he's got that like weird bitter palate.
To be fair, right now I am eating like 80% dark chocolate
There it is.
and drinking fake mezcal Negroni. So I'm on the bitter train
Yeah.
right now, but I still am like chocolate.
Fuck
is-
yeah,
No.
dude.
I feel like
No,
I get
It's just okay.
I like. Okay, here's a warm take. I like chocolate so dark it's healthy for you.
I mean,
Yeah, good.
that's good. I mean, that is good.
You
like,
like
it's
it
good.
waxy
I'm glad.
level. of
I
chocolate.
like
No,
it
like-
waxy. Ooh.
Like it doesn't like it could be just like cacao. Honestly, like I'm good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just get cacao beans, just not cacao nibs, and just chew on those.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's true. I could.
Would you just like snort a bunch of cocoa powder if you could? Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Okay.
No, and I'll tell you why I won't do that is because when I was a teenager, I watched my friend do a rip of Fun Dip, and I just
A
watched.
fun rip.
Yeah, no, a friend of mine who was 12 years old or like 13 years old and insane, like boys are,
Yeah.
just like some spilled on a table, and he's just like, haha, this would be funny, and then went down. And then I saw him reel back in pain immediately.
Yeah, because he snorted
Well,
citric
sure.
acid
Yeah,
straight to
because you
his
just
brain.
snorting citric acid straight to your sinuses.
Sugar.
Don't do it,
Yeah.
kids.
Don't do it.
Do you remember when everyone was doing the cinnamon challenge?
Yes.
Yeah, like you a spoonful of cinnamon or whatever it is. Yeah,
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that was a dark time.
it was a dark time.
People were
Dark
really
time.
into challenges for a while.
Yeah.
Did you know
Yeah.
you can actually get high off nutmeg if you ate enough of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like a
different
little
friend
high.
of mine at the same summer camp, it might have been the same year, also did that.
That's so weird. Anyway, we do have a good hot take
Yes.
from Library Chick in the chat though. Library Chick says fizzy drinks are too fizzy. They are better, a bit flat. What do we think?
I agree with this. And part of the reason is I think I wasn't raised on soda. So anytime I had like a sparkling beverage, this is going to sound absolutely insane. As an adult, the only sparkling beverages I would ever drink were alcoholic ones, to the point where I started like drinking like seltzers and stuff, and I felt like I was getting drunk off the seltzers because I was like, it was placebo effect. for me at that
Placeboed
point.
yourself into
That's incredible. I love that.
But I think sometimes they're too fizzy and they hurt your mouth, and I don't like that, and I like them a tiny bit
Interesting.
flatter.
Interesting.
No,
My niece when she was littler, she would have a drink of soda or carbonated beverage and said, "Oh, it's spicy. I don't like it."
It's angry
Yeah.
water.
No, I love that. I love that like sparkling stim. Give it me.
Yep,
Mhm.
100%. Yeah, I think the
I'm
three of
into it.
us are like I have a it's a soda stream but for anything else, but I use it for cocktails.
Nice.
I fully carbonate my gin and tonics to the point where it hurts to drink them.
Yeah.
Hell
It's great.
yeah.
Brandon,
Also, the
ahead.
best sparkling water is it's not the best flavors of sparkling water, but the best texture of sparkling water is Liquid Death, which is really annoying because their flavors are not good. Their flavors are too fake, but the texture, they have tiny bubbles and so many of them. Which
What
is
about the
I
Topo
like.
Chico? Do you like the Topo Chico?
I love Topo Chico. I love it. See, I have lots of seltzer opinions, but I love Topo Chico. But I think Liquid Death has managed to do like volume and intensity of bubble in a
Hell
way that
yeah.
I
Mhm.
enjoy.
Two things. Claire, I've only had Liquid Death once, and it was just the canned regular still water. So like when you said they have flavors, I was like, what do you mean? It's just water in a can.
No, they have flavors.
And then
They
Brandon,
wanted to name when they were naming, they have like an a iced tea and lemonade flavor, and they wanted to do like a pun on Arnold Palmer, and Arnold Palmer's like estate or whatever like wouldn't let them, so they just renamed the flavor to Dead Billionaire.
pretty good.
That's really
Pretty
good.
Liquid Death is good company.
And Brandon, to your point about you using the soda stream for your gin and tonics, a bar near me does a Japanese slipper, like that Midori cocktail, but then they force carbonate it, and it is incredible. You should definitely try making that at some point.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
should
sounds
make it.
really
I
good.
don't know that I've ever made a. It's called Japanese slipper.
Japanese slipper.
Have you done the carbonated milk yet?
No.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry,
Just out
what?
of curiosity.
Well,
People were doing that for a while. They were like carbonating their milk just to taste it. Okay,
Is
well,
is it good?
Never mind.
I think we've had fun here, but some things are an affront to God. So.
I think we've had fun here, but that's the end of the. I'm not saying it's good.
I can't believe we got 20 minutes and then Claire ruined the stream with carbonated milk. That's pretty impressive, honestly. I
They
thought
do
it was
have
going to be
that,
way
um,
later
I can
and
do
way worse.
anything.
Mhm.
There
Girls
is that
can do
like
anything.
Yeah.
there is that like carbonated yogurt drink that is it Japan or Korean? I forget, but yeah, that's like a
Yakult?
thing. Maybe
That sounds like Nordic.
I don't.
Well,
if there-
Yakult
yeah.
is like a in the chat. Get in there and tell
Get in
us
the
what the
chat.
carbonated
Get in the
yogurt
chat.
thing
Oh,
is.
there's
In the
several
chat.
yogurt drinks. Yogurt drinks are a thing, just not in America.
Mhm.
Well,
You know what's
folks,
really good? Pocari Sweat. Has anyone had that?
Yes.
Oh.
That shit is delicious. It's like Japanese Gatorade, and it is so good. But my God, the sugar content in it is really not acceptable for
Yeah.
human consumption.
Fair enough.
I'm
Fair
into
enough.
it. Well, folks, should we get into the meat of the game?
The
The
actual
Okay.
chicken wing of the game, if you will.
Yeah.
All right,
The
folks.
chicken wing, notoriously the most meaty of the
The
pieces. of chicken.
meatiest part of the of
I meant
any
I meant the
poultry.
spiciest, but yeah. Oh, Hannah says you have no sound. Does everyone else have sound in the chat? I want to make sure.
I mean, chat is responding
like
to the
it,
things
so
you're
yeah.
saying, so you might want to refresh, Hannah.
Yes.
Well, she can't hear me what I'm saying anyway. So.
Quick, everyone say nice things about Hannah.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, you have to pick a number from 1 to 15. Let's start with Gulia first. What's your number?
3.
3. Okay.
Yes. Are you
Um,
sending it to me or
I'm
am
sending
I?
it to you via Slack.
Okay.
Claire, what would you like to pick?
11.
11.
I'm mad about this one.
Is Misha just rolling dice in the background?
I'm rolling a
Oh, it's
D16, and I'm gonna ignore a 16.
Okay.
Do a
so what you
D16 and D14 and then average it.
I got 1.
You got 1. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So everyone should have their take. Now, Julia, you put yourself at a disadvantage already by by reacting to your take in a poor way.
Or maybe I'm trying to throw people off the
Or
loop.
maybe
I
you're
don't
trying to
fucking
throw
know.
us off. Oh, I gotta pick a random number. Roll me a number, Misha.
I also don't remember how the rules work, so I'm just gonna do my best.
It does not like staying on surfaces. This is more golf ball like than I expected. 10.
10. Okay. All right. So we're going to go around in the same order here. And we're going to share our hot takes one-on-one, and we'll have a discussion about the takes. Now, Julia, the idea of the game is that you're defending this hot take to your death because it is your hot take, regardless of whether or not it is actually your hot take. You get
Okay.
a point if you choose to trick any of us or all of us. For everyone you trick, you get a point. And on the other side, we will get a point if we correctly guess that it is or is not your hot take. And if it is not, we get a bonus point if we can say whose it is.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So you
Am I
go
going
first. Yeah.
Great. So my hot take is drinking cold coffee in the winter should be a crime. Here's the thing. I hate being cold. More than anything in the goddamn world, I hate being cold. I would rather be completely naked sweating on my couch than be minorly inconvenienced by the cold. So the idea of going outside with a cold beverage in hand, assuming I have gloves on, which I probably don't, let's be honest.
And you're not rich.
Yeah, I'm not a rich person. I probably want my hands in my pockets the entire time. Why would I want to be holding a cold beverage? Why would I want that? I want something that is going to warm me up. I want something that is going to feed my soul. I want one enjoyable thing about being outside in the cold. Why would I want a cold coffee?
Can I ask a follow-up to this, Julia?
Sure.
You and I both went to college in Boston, Massachusetts. How do you feel about, at least the statistic was true at the time in the early 2010s, that Boston, Massachusetts as a city consumed more Ben & Jerry's ice cream in the winter than any other city in the country?
Really?
That usually in the winter, ice cream sales dip because people don't want to eat cold things. But in Boston, they remain level the entire year.
Well, also, a lot of the buildings in Boston are extremely hot because they're all like pre-war buildings. So everyone's not AC, but heat is pumping
That's
in the
true.
winter time. So you're already pretty fucking cozy in your house because you simply can't control your radiator. So
Okay.
it does make sense for more ice cream to be consumed. Those days are short, those nights are long. You want to be cozied up with a little bit of ice cream on the couch.
You got to get that fat on your body, so you can
That's
hibernate.
also true. Okay, so you despite this take, you were into that.
I mean, like, I wasn't eating ice cream.
Well, that's what
that's
what I'm asking. How do you respond to this trend?
I don't support it, but it does
Okay.
make sense to me in Boston of all places.
Got it.
I have a question.
What's up?
What's your favorite cold coffee beverage?
I usually get a like iced hazelnut latte or just like cold brew coffee situation.
Okay.
I make
I'm
my
just
own.
curious.
I make my own cold brew in the summertime. So
Now, I do know that you are a Dunkin' girly, but I don't know.
absolutely untrue. What are you talking about? What?
You love Dunkin'.
Hot take, Julia's a
hate
Dunkin'
Dunkin'.
girly.
Then you make an awful lot of good jokes about Dunkin' for not
There's a
liking
lot
it.
of good jokes
so
to make
sweet.
about Dunkin'. It's
Yeah,
fun to
it's
dunk on
fucking
Dunkin'.
funny.
Okay, then I know you're not. Let me take that back. I know you're not a Dunkin' girly.
Okay, fair enough.
Where do you like to get your coffee from then?
I will buy my coffee from a local place near me. It's either called The Bean or there's one that's a little bit far from me, but they sell at the farmers markets during the like summer and fall called Nautilus Coffee. They're very good. Would highly recommend them if you can order their stuff online. They just opened their first brick and mortar. I love that for them.
Hey,
But if I am in a place where I cannot get my local coffee and I'm not making it at home, I will get a Starbucks.
okay.
I love the bean, but it can be kind of hard to find.
See, now that's what a pun is, and that's not, in fact, wordplay.
How does everyone feel about this hot take? Because I got to know if it's one of y'all two's hot takes, so we got to know how we feel about it too.
Great question. I'm like the exact contra indicative of this take is I'll drink hot coffee in the summer. Which like is sort of subsequently insane, and I'm kind of aware of that.
Well,
so,
the science, I don't know about this, but the science says that if you drink hot beverages in the heat, it actually cools you down.
yes,
I can't rationalize that in my brain.
That's what they
No,
say about spicy food too. During
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
I
because it
don't
makes you
know.
sweat more and you evaporate faster. But
your whole body
I
evaporates
evaporate
faster.
faster.
your whole body evaporates faster.
Point is, I know that like on like temperature takes are the outlier, and so this being a hot take of someone's does not surprise me. I don't know if I believe it's Julia's.
And you're
I
claiming it's not yours.
also-
Okay.
I also believe it's not Julia's, but it's not mine because I famously do not consume caffeine. So I'm not a coffee drinker. So it's not mine. And I don't think it's Julia's, but I do think it's an opinion that Julia holds. Like, I do think Julia doesn't like cold drinks in the winter. And so that's why she was like, all right, I'm going to argue pretty easily. So that's my thing is I think it's not Julia's. But I think
But you do think I still personally hold.
But I
this
do
belief.
think you believe it.
If
I
that's
think you
true, I'll
agree
give
with
you a
it.
bonus point, Claire.
So my vote is not Julia, but not Misha. So possibly Brandon or one of Brandon's miscellaneous others.
Yes, an
Yeah.
option
Or
can
Deboki.
be a random one or a Deboki.
Mhm.
That's interesting because, like, yeah, it. I only drink hot coffee, generally speaking, like just in general. Even like cappuccinos or flavored drinks, I usually always get them hot. But I also don't drink a ton of coffee anymore, so I don't know. But I feel like Julie, I feel like if you had those two sort of local brands, and I don't know the two brands, but I assume they're fairly like micro roasted or locally
Oh
roasted
yeah,
and stuff.
they're very local.
Usually those places like serve prefer to serve hot coffee because you get to express all the flavors of the beans and stuff. So I don't know. This could be true. I don't know. But should we take a vote? Should we just go for it, folks? Claire, what's your final answer?
Deboki or someone random.
Okay, not Julia, Deboki. Well, you have to pick someone
Someone
random or
not
Deboki.
present. Can I? Oh, Deboki.
Okay. Misha?
Yeah, I was also going to say Deboki.
Okay.
You can.
Yeah, I'm going to. I will.
I'm going to say this is not Julia's. But unfortunately, I don't get any of these points here because this is my hot take.
Yeah,
shit.
Brandon, I fucking knew it. I said no bisexual woman would ever say this. No bisexual in general would ever say this.
Well, and what's more, we did realize just this past week that Brandon's the only man of multitude now.
I
He's just
know.
holding it down.
Only true man.
I know, I'm
of
the token
multitude.
man.
That's incredible. We love that for us.
No, I will have to
Goddamn.
say, Library Chicken Chat does agree. They don't like cold coffee. Currently drinking Kopiko, which is
Yeah.
Malaysian coffee.
Cool.
So that sounds
Like Kopi Luwak, which is the one with the cat.
yeah. Here's my thing. Cold coffee in the winter is a terrible idea because why do you want to make yourself colder when you're already cold? I don't
You're
understand.
Brandon, you're 100% correct, and I do agree with that. However, sometimes when I'm in my house and I just want a little iced coffee, a little treat,
Little
I want a
treat.
little iced coffee.
I know
You
if you
know?
if only in a place where the indoor heating is blasted.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
like to be
So-
honest, if I'm like visiting an office building where they always have whatever climate control is in them up to extremes in any situation, like, and they have cold coffee on, if I'm going to like visit a fancy place because I have a
Mhm.
meeting or something, I will do it.
Right.
Okay. So Misha gets a point, Claire gets a point, and would you
Claire
say,
lit up.
Julie, would you say
I'm
you do agree with this take?
No, so here's my thing is I would have a cold coffee. I would have an iced coffee in the winter. However, like I would have an iced coffee in the winter if I know I'm going to be like inside. I would never have an iced coffee if I'm going for like a cute little winter walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure. So should I give
But I
Claire
don't
this
think
point or no?
Only
I-
like half a point.
no, I won't say that because I don't
Okay.
think it's a crime.
Okay. Cool. All right. Great. That's great. Claire, what's your hot take?
My hot take is that pineapple on pizza is not like a crazy affront to pizza culture or to pizza in general. It's fine at worst and delicious at best.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like the pizza ones are personalized towards me, and that feels mean. And I just want to put that out there. Feels like an affront to me personally, and I don't like that.
Do you want me to talk more about it? Do you want to ask me follow-up
No,
questions?
please, could defend.
Yeah, please defend your choices
Yeah.
here. Although not that you have to defend it hard because yeah.
Well, I mean, pineapple on pizza is good. Like I think that most pizzas are not necessarily enhanced, but like are not, there's nothing wrong with putting pineapple on pizza if you enjoy it, because I think much like all my other food takes, I think you are allowed to eat whatever the fuck you want and it's fine.
Hey, can we take a quick aside to ask Claire, have you had New Haven style pizza yet?
I
Oh,
certainly have.
Oh
I
no,
have
Claire
gone on a
posted
little
Pepe's,
pizza
and I
tour.
said, "Oh, good,
Cool.
we're good."
Did
Here's
you get the
thing,
clam?
Pepe's is not the best of the New Haven style pizzas,
I
having eaten
will-
at several.
I will
now.
There we
hard
go.
disagree, but that's okay.
Well,
What's the
Pepe's
best?
is
What's
too
the best?
choreographed, and so I like
Too
modern the best. And
choreographed?
almost everyone living in New Haven, most people who live in New Haven do not think that Pepe's is the best New Haven style pizza, that because it is too choreographed. Like they've made it it's too much of a production now.
Mhm.
And like modern is way chiller, and it's like the vibes are much calmer, and the food is like they're not like, they don't have this like huge menu that's this whole thing.
Yeah.
Also most New Haven like townies will go to Bar as their main like pizza spot in New Haven. So yeah, there's a whole
Interesting.
thing. There's like a rivalry, but people who are not from New Haven think that Pepe's is the best New Haven pizza, but people who are from New Haven do not think that Pepe's is the best.
Real girlies.
Which I'm
know.
learning.
You know what?
I'm learning.
You gotta
To
learn.
be fair, as someone who is not from New Haven but does very much enjoy Pepe's, I like the pageantry. I think
Yeah.
it's enjoyable.
That's
You know,
fair.
if I'm
Yeah.
if I'm making a like trip out of town, I want a little pageantry in my life.
Sure. Totally understandable.
Yeah.
Much like pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, sorry.
Understandable
Thank you for
thing
that
to
aside.
enjoy.
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza. Pineapple and tomato are good flavors together.
They're both fruits.
I would say they're almost too sweet combined. Their powers combined, it's too sweet.
So I've had like a pineapple salsa that's really good.
That's true.
I've also had a pineapple salsa that's very good, but I do think it skews sweet when sometimes I want a little savory situation.
I think pineapple with tomato sauce and cheese on a flatbread is good. At what point are we moving away from like the cultural object pizza?
I was about to say, I was like, it's important that you said the word flatbread because I don't know if that's still technically pizza if you put pineapple on it.
Yeah,
Pizza-
this is where I'm coming down.
Pizza for me, my point of view is that pizza requires a sauce and a cheese. A sauceless pizza, even if it is round and it's just like cheese and whatever, that's technically a flatbread, I think.
Mhm.
So, okay.
This is a different hot take.
Brandon, this is an interesting aside then. Does the cheese have to be like a melted mozzarella or
No.
is like a red pie that has like, powdery Parmesan on top
Totally
still
fine.
a pizza?
Still a
Okay, cool.
pizza.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But pineapple on pizza, I kind of agree with this take. Like who cares? Honestly, that's like ultimately the thing. But also, like, would I ever order it? No. Would I eat it if it were there? Totally. I don't have a problem with it.
I will and have had pizza with like the best pineapple pizza thing I've had is like Domino's. And I am from New York, so I do not like Domino's at all. I do
Because
not
that's
consider
not
that
really
pizza. That is
pizza. Yeah, you're
fundamentally a
right.
different food thing. But the pineapple one from that, not bad. One of the better choices, actually.
Can I tell you guys? I don't know if you'll feel this way, but when your partners leave, there's something in my hindbrain, even though this isn't the truth, but it's something in my hindbrain that's like, Lauren's out of
You don't know
town.
how to cook anymore.
I
I
can eat Domino's.
I can eat whatever I want with no guilt or shame.
Yeah.
That's always
is-
true.
Yes.
I need you to
Yes.
understand that is such a like raised male mentality that I've seen
I'm the same
several
way, though.
reels. I know, and like I don't want to gender it necessarily, but I've seen so many reels where it's like, oh, my significant other is out of town. I can only eat protein while they're gone, and that's it. Not a single green vegetable will pass these
Well,
lips.
That's stupid because what I'm
Mine's
saying
the other
is,
way around.
yeah, mine's just I
Well.
can eat whatever the fuck I want. Meaning, like, I got Domino's stuffed crust pizza and
Yeah.
like ate the whole damn thing. It was like, fuck yeah, let's go, baby.
Yeah. When Ben is not here, I'm eating straight popcorn 3 meals a day and having a great time because nobody's gonna say this is not a balanced nutritive meal.
Claire is girl mealing the entire time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
100%.
baby.
Yep.
Do you have
I'm just
flavors
eating
of popcorn?
cheese. I'm eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a popcorn connoisseur. So
Yes.
I'm air popping the popcorn.
Oh, okay.
I like to do butter. I like nutritional yeast on it.
Mhm.
Tahini is sometimes good. It
Ooh,
depends.
that's good.
I like some herb situations. I have a lot of thoughts about popcorn. And in fact, this could have been a hot take for me. That popcorn, anybody who doesn't think popcorn is a meal is untrustworthy.
Claire, I'm going to tell you my favorite at-home popcorn creation, which is a little bit of
Okay.
truffle oil, black
Mhm.
pepper,
Oh.
and Parmesan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds
the
good.
black pepper on popcorn with anything else, always a good shout too.
All right, we've gotten away from pineapple on pizza now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's take a vote here. Misha, you go first.
Whether or not I think this is Claire's hot take?
Yes. So, is this first question? Is this Claire's hot take or not? If not, whose is it?
I do think that this is Claire's hot take. It's very in line with you should be able to eat whatever the fuck you want.
Okay. I know the answer, obviously. So let's go to Julia next.
I think that this is not Claire's hot take, but I do think she aligns herself with it. I'm going to use Claire's own thing against her in this situation. And I think this is somebody else's.
Whose?
I think it's a random one that you selected.
Oh, okay. What? Sorry. Did you say?
I
Give a
think
name?
it's not.
No,
sorry.
Misha. Sorry, Misha.
No, I said Claire's.
Claire's. Okay. So
yeah.
Claire's, not Claire's, but someone else's, and
But Claire holds the values.
But Claire holds the values, and I know the truth, which is to be Claire. Unveil it.
You didn't tell me who it
I'll
was.
just say if it's yours or not.
It's not mine, and well, I do agree though. So Julia was right. It's not my hot take. I do agree with it because I think you should be allowed to eat whatever the fuck you want. And the other thing is, it's not mine because it's not spicy enough.
Yeah.
It's not upsetting enough of a take.
I think Claire should also be able to guess whose it is.
Yes, I was going to say, can we do that as someone who also didn't have the
Yes.
opportunity to guess whose it was?
Yes.
I would like the opportunity for all of us in the future.
We're
to be
updating the
able
game
to
on the
guess
fly
that.
here. Claire,
Thank
who's,
you.
yeah, whose do you think it is?
Deboki? I'm doing one of them
All
is going to be
Deboki.
Deboki.
You said it's all Deboki.
Oops,
You're
not
one of those
Deboki.
always choose D on multiple choice.
Literally, yeah. Yeah, my guess is Deboki.
Whomever's hot take this is, will you please take the stand?
Shit.
Oh.
Ah.
It's
me.
Julia.
And your people don't get mad at you about that?
Listen, here's the thing is,
Your people.
like you pointed out, Misha,
Yeah.
the only time I ever really have pineapple on pizza is like a Domino's situation or like a place that is like not actual pizza in my mind
Mhm.
personally. But I don't think it's like a personal affront to my people or anything like that. Like, you know, it tastes good, like sweet and savory when you combine it with like a prosciutto or like a pepperoni or like a bacon or something. I love savory sweet combo. It's one of
Yeah.
my favorite things.
Yeah, because you want the acid of the pineapple to cut through the fat of whatever protein you have on it. Plus, then you
Exactly.
Right.
have I think it actually, because I agree with you, Julia. I think it actually creates a really like rounded out,
Yeah.
like well-rounded flavor profile because you have fat and savory from the protein and the cheese. You have the sweet from the tomato. You have the
Yeah.
acid in
I-
the pineapple, the carby. I think it's
With
it's
with this might be a hot take, so get ready.
Go.
A similar kind of dish that I've been making when I go camping with our mutual friend Kristen. She's been doing mozzarella, tomato, basil, and peaches.
Yes,
Oh
I've been doing
yeah,
that all
yeah,
summer. I
It's
fucking
really
love that
good.
combination.
yeah.
I made like a really good dip with that recently where it was like a
Ooh.
whipped regat and mascarpone dip and then
Ooh.
put that
Nice.
on top. It was delicious with a little Mike's hot honey on top too.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. I'll also say to kind of round out the pizza take. I'm a person who has made mapo tofu pizza before. So
Mm.
like I am not a pizza purist in the slightest.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree. 'Cause I think
Okay.
yeah, I'm a huge my whole thing is pizza. I'm gonna make a pizza restaurant when I retire, but
I've been saying that with Jake so
yeah,
much, Brandon, that I was like, I just want to like
we
make a
should
little
combine
pizza.
forces.
We should.
But yeah, I think anything can be a pizza. I also
Podcast Brothers Pizza.
I think yeah, pod bros,
Pod Bros. Pod Bros.
No, that's
Pizza?
a different thing.
pod bros pizza.
Wait,
but-
I have to figure out what podcast is in Italian, and then we can work on that.
I think
Fret-
it's
it's like-
podcast.
Podcast Fratello.
I think acid on pizza is difficult. I think it's like one of the hardest things to like get right. I instead of pineapple, I prefer like a pickled pepper.
Mhm.
Same situation, same balancing thing, but yeah, I don't know.
Could
it's
do
hard.
like balsamic vinegar too.
Yeah, you could do balsamic. But yeah, should
Fratelli
we?
podcasty. Nothing.
I think we should move to Misha. Misha, what is your hot
Yeah.
take?
Okay, here we go, everybody. So, once upon a time,
Oh, there's a whole story to it.
once upon a time, the roads and byways were free for all. People could walk, people could take horses, people could ride carriages.
What's
And it
about
was
to
all
happen?
just in the street where it was free for anyone to go where they wanted to go.
Mhm.
And then Henry Ford brought us the car.
A famous
And-
Nazi.
And a new apex predator was introduced into the environment. The roadways were overtaken.
I was
Yes.
gonna say, can we
Honk,
all
honk,
just guess
honk,
now?
honk,
Can we
honk,
all just
honk.
guess now?
And so the roadways were overtaken by a new apex predator that crowded the entire thing out. Now, we cannot avoid this new reality. It's very clear to us that cars are here to stay on the roads. And so, my hot take is bicyclists do not belong on roadways.
Whoa.
That was a
Bicyclists
twist
should
I
get
could not
off the
have seen
road.
coming.
Should go to the side of the road. They should not be in the road. They should not be in the street.
You know, I hate to say it. I kind of agree
Don't
with
say it.
this. I kind of
Don't say it.
But only
So don't
only in
say
the only in so much in Misha, I agree. Only in so much as that we have to have cars. I would rather have public
Yeah, but
transit.
maybe drivers should be more responsible, Brandon.
I don't
Maybe
okay.
drivers should
You
not
can only
commit
be
almost
so
homicide.
responsible. Listen, if bicyclists are on the side of roads, like the bicyclist may clip a pedestrian, you will get hurt, you will go to the hospital, you will get stitches. The impact of the car versus bicycle on roadway, the bicyclist dies a lot of the
Yeah.
time. And that's
But that's
just
the
not a
car's
risk we should
fault.
take.
That's
It
the
is the
car's
car's fault, but
fault.
we cannot ignore the realities of the car's dominance of our roadways.
Here's the thing
I
though,
would like
also
to
is that
supersede Misha's hot take with the take that we should abolish cars and whoever is blaming the bicyclists
listen,
for
that's
the
not
car
a hot take.
problem,
That's just
I
a good take.
defended
get rid.
I defended bicycles on Head Heart Gut. I agree with that 100%. However, it ain't happening because oil barons run our government.
Here's the
When
thing
you say
though, is
side
that-
of the road, do you mean sidewalk?
Or the
Or do
bicycle
you mean
lane.
they should have a bicycle lane?
Ideally, there
everywhere
should
we
be a
go?
defended bicycle lane, but in
Okay,
lieu of
well
those
then I would
things,
agree with that.
but if we're also not going to have those because we haven't gotten them together yet, like the default should not be put bicyclists in the street with the cars.
Yeah. My problem is that I live in a relatively bike infested city, I'll say.
Infested?
I couldn't think
Okay,
of a
so
better
it's
word.
Brandon's take.
I couldn't think of a
I was
better
like,
word.
this has to be Brandon's take. It
No,
simply has to
it's not my take, but
be. Yeah, all
I
right.
have
Sounds like something that someone whose take it was would say.
I have had the worst mannered and least law abiding drivers on the road have always been bikes, and I don't know why that is.
Also true.
But they just, and there's frequently ones that are fantastic at it, right? They signal and do all the things, but the times where I've almost gotten into an accident has almost always been with a bike, and it's almost always because they wasn't following the rules of the road.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hurt anybody.
Right? It's truly out of an abundance of safety. The default should be the safest option.
I don't know.
You're right. We should just also eliminate sidewalks because the pedestrians, they're too close.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, well,
You should
yeah.
put the bikes on the
fuck them
sidewalks.
pedestrians.
I-
Pedestrian
the
versus
thing
bike.
No,
I have very strong opinions on this.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like whoever this is, we're never going to agree on the answer to this because my answer is get rid of cars. And also, I feel like, okay, so side note, my partner is a hardcore cyclist and has been for the entire time we've been
Sure,
together.
I've seen pictures of him. He looks like a bike guy.
Yeah,
He is a hardcore bike.
Is it all the
Complimentary.
shorts he wears? The super tight shorts he wears all the time?
Yeah.
But he's that. And then also a lot of our friends are really into this because of this. And I talked about this in the Henry Ford episode of the show that of my show that one of my good friends was in the Tour de France and has been hit by cars a bajillion times. He and all his friends have been hit by cars a lot of times. Because drivers automatically feel like no matter what, even when a cyclist is following the rules of the road for cyclists, drivers do not feel like they are. And it's actually incredibly dangerous to ride your bike on a sidewalk where there are other people. Then the pedestrian, which is already the lowest rung of this, is harmed. And also it's an accessibility problem. If you're oh, I have to move out of the way of a bike. Okay, what if you're in a wheelchair or you need mobility aids or whatever, and you can't get out of the way of the fucking bike? That's whoever the stake is. Where I was not prepared to be competitive in this, but now
we did it. We got Claire riled
We
up.
got her.
Julia mode.
I think we can all agree on this call that we should abolish cars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cars
no
suck.
one's disputing this.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should first better design our cities and towns in
Yes,
order to make
yes.
them more accessible via
Yes.
walking and biking, and then we can get rid of all the cars.
Yes, agreed.
I also like that Misha did a red herring thing at the beginning by being like, "Oh, and Henry Ford."
And we're like,
And I
"Oh,
was
it's
like,
Claire."
Everyone was like, well,
and
it's
I was like,
obvious
Claire's
Claire.
in.
Now, I will say though, Claire, because you correct me if I'm wrong, but you lived in Portland for a long time.
I did.
Yeah.
I lived my entire youth in Portland.
Oh, okay. Those fuckers in Portland love bikes.
That's true. Those
I
bitches
can't
love
ride a bike though. That's a fun fact.
You
I
never learned
cannot
how to ride a bike?
You can't ride a
I
bike?
technically learned 2 years ago at an
Yeah.
adult bike riding class, but I haven't done it since then.
That's the
But yeah,
cutest thing I've ever heard. I'm sorry.
as someone who also learned how to ride a bicycle in adulthood, I will say this: unless you have specific balance issues, and please, that's totally valid. I feel like learning to ride a bike as an adult is a lot easier because you can tell an adult, yeah, you just get on it and you go. And you just kind of do it.
You're like, just pedal, bitch.
I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 19, but the minute I tried to learn, I was like, oh, you just kind of do it, huh?
Just kind of do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did pick it up incredibly quickly at this class thing that I took, and it's just been a while since then, and we just haven't really had I just haven't had a chance necessarily.
Yeah.
But I will also say part of this is that I think people expressing rage at anybody who has more power than them is valid, and so I love when bicyclists fucking punch the mirrors of cars, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. And Ben always says, please hit me. I want to pay off my student loans.
Yeah.
That's what I say every time I cross the
I
street.
got a lot of student loans.
Claire, that's what I say every time I cross the street. I say, go ahead, hit me. I can pay some bills off.
Assuming you guys are all on the right side of the law, but yeah.
Yeah, as the representative from the Glass Bones Paper Skin contingent, no thanks.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fine, I guess it's allowed.
I know what I'm doing by putting my body on the line.
Now, Claire or Library Chicken Chat says, "Can we solve this with a bike lane and off-road bike track?" And
Yeah,
I
but it
say
would
yes.
require our people to actually do things, and that
It would
True.
require
basically
public
don't do that.
infrastructure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the essence of the take. Like, we should change our infrastructure such that everyone is safe. We ain't doing that. I don't want bicyclists to be obstacles for people's road rage.
You want other people to be obstacles for other people's road rage.
No, I think we should have protected. All right.
No, I meant
have a
other
hot take.
drivers, not
Yeah.
pedestrians.
Associated with this that I did not give Brandon is that I think people should have to retake their driver's license exam
Oh,
approximately every 4 to 5 years.
100%, every 5 years.
And it's so inconvenient. I have to go get my real ID so I can fly in a couple of months. But like, that is the objectively correct answer.
Yeah,
Here's my super hot
Canada
take,
does that.
which I don't really believe, but I think it might be smart. So when I was learning to drive, I got a lot of speeding tickets because I'm a bad driver, and I had to
I've
take.
been on road trips with you, Brandon. You're not that bad of a driver.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But I had to take not aggressive driving, defensive driving,
Defensive driving.
like 2
They
times, I
made you
think.
take a class because you were doing too much aggressive driving.
Twice. But that's actually the problem, is that the thing they teach you in defensive driving is being self-sure, being like they call it aggressive, but
Confident.
like being
Yeah.
confident in your movement, and that's the problem with everyone driving is they don't do that.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to take defensive driving.
I think you
is
need to
be part of
drive
it.
more in New York, Brandon. 'Cause
Yeah.
New York drivers are very assured of themselves.
I've driven in New York. Yeah, it's good.
When you're getting your driver's license in New York, if you take defensive driving as a child, you can get insurance
Not even as a
discounts.
child. I can do that right now and get insurance discounts, but I haven't, and Jake's mad at me about that.
Well, I haven't driven in New York in a while.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Now,
fair.
Library Chick does say they said that because in Hobart, which I assume is somewhere
where
in
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have an off-road bike track that goes all the way through the city, which is cool. Was that the puppy?
The dog slowly opened the door.
Oh,
Yeah, we definitely should have like separate byways for cars
Yeah,
and
our
bikes
country
and
just
walking,
sucks.
just like we do for trains. Like the way that like train rails can just be through woods. Like we can have they can be separate. We're not
Right.
that's not happening soon.
Yeah, it's just not. It's just
Oh,
not.
he's so cute. Well,
Can we vote?
we should take a vote. We'll start
You
with
smell
Julia.
bad.
Oh.
You smell
I
terrible,
think-
brother.
I think this is not Misha's take. I think it's Brandon's take.
Okay. Claire.
Brandon's take.
Okay. Misha. I
Or
guess you don't
Djibouti.
get to vote.
Well, yeah, you don't get to vote. Sorry,
My
Brandon.
last one is that I can't vote because I know whose it is, but I will reveal it. Or Misha, will you reveal whether or not it is your take, and then I'll tell you.
This was not my take.
Yeah, I think we all could assume that. It's also not my take, so fuck all of you.
Oh wow! Was it Deboki's?
No, it was just a random one. I
This is
found
a fake.
online.
This is a and rando Cardrician.
Oh, sorry, I didn't
Brand-
give you a chance to guess. Misha. I apologize.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give you the point
Brando
right now.
Kardashian.
That's what they call it in Cards Against Humanity when you like take one just from the box and throw it in. It's called rando Cardrician.
I get it.
Brandon, I want to suggest a thing that we can do for next time, which is anonymous Google form,
Oh,
and then we
okay.
could just kind of
No one will ever know.
no
That's
one will
smart.
ever know.
I like it.
Until-
All of them
until
will
the
be
person
Brandon
claims-
Grugel hates women.
Yeah.
It's not a hot take. That's just a fact. So.
That's just
That's
a
just a
fact.
fact.
That's just lore.
And that's
Lord.
why he's head of HR at an all,
And the
all
only man in
non-man-
multitude.
The only man, and yet,
Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna
geez.
say my hot take to get away from this now. My hot take is that it's not a charcuterie board if there's not fucking meat on it, because that's what charcuterie is. Meat.
Yeah, that's what it means.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, that's
Cold
100%
take.
correct.
And it's a
No.
cheese board.
that's just the
But, like-
meaning of words.
Here's the thing: is like I understand where this is coming from because I'm on like cheese TikTok or whatever. The fuck it
Cheese
is.
talk.
Cheese talk.
Cheese talk, please, cheese talk. But do you know how many times I've seen a cheese board where people are like, let me make a charcuterie board for a party, and then there's not a single piece of meat on it.
Yeah, it's just fruit and
Not a single
cheese. Where's the
Fruit,
damn
cheese,
meat?
and like nuts and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
People online need to learn what a cheese board is.
yeah.
And I mean, don't
Yeah.
even get me fucking started on butterboards. What the fuck that shit is.
That's too Texas, Brandon. I'm gonna
Brandon?
tell you right now. That's
What?
too Texas.
Have you not even
That's
heard of this, Claire?
No.
It's
Oh.
a
It's like with
board.
flavored
So
butters.
we can move on.
Yeah, it's a board with flavored butters.
But they like they
Have you seen
smear
the butter candle thing that people are
Yeah.
really into online?
Yes.
That
No.
seems unhealthy. I'll be honest.
Weird.
It's
Yeah.
my doctor told me to cut back on the amount of butter I was eating, so I did. So I'm not eating
So
that
I
much
like
butter
them
anymore.
as candles instead.
I will say the butter thing though, if this were the opposite, like I could just eat straight butter. Like I
Well, then
love
you would love
butter.
a butterboard, Claire.
Yeah.
I probably would. I would
You
be
should Google
extremely
butterboard.
into
They
it.
just smear butter on a fucking piece of wood.
Claire, are you a make butter at home kind of person?
I have, but I am. Oh my god, that looks so good. I have. I don't like regularly, but
Yeah.
I it's not hard to make.
No,
Julia,
it's very
Julia was
easy.
just like, Claire, are you from the 19th century?
I only asked
Anytime
because
you ask that, the answer is yes.
Jake last winter made a ton of butter at home. It was great. It was flavored. It was fantastic. I highly recommend it. He was also just baking fresh bread because I married an insane man and I love him so much.
It cannot be cost effective to make your own butter at home.
It honestly kind of is.
It is because we have. It's not like you're churning butter with a wooden churn. Like we have
Right.
technology.
No.
You use the well, okay, actually, hold on. This is a different hot take. But Brandon at one point while we were when we saw each other in person this week said something along the lines of like, "Oh, the only reason I would ever buy a KitchenAid mixer is for the pasta attachments."
Yeah.
Well, Jake was making butter at home with the KitchenAid mixer.
I can make it with my mixer too.
Okay. So what's your point,
What
Brandon?
kind of mixer do you have?
Yeah.
I have a Breville.
okay.
But
Like, as in, like a Breville, like a stand mixer, or like a hand
Yeah.
mixer?
stand mixer. Yeah.
So
so
your
you're
whole thing was
you're
just it's just the brand that you're
it's
talking
just the
about.
brand you're not a fan of. I
My-
thought you were like, you lazy bastards might
No,
as well
no,
just
no.
do it yourselves, you
I'm
dumb
sorry.
bitches.
No. I meant I don't like
I
the
didn't
KitchenAid
ask
brand.
a follow-up question, and that's my fault. I just thought you were like stand mixers are for the lazies.
No. I love a stand mixer. I meant that
Okay.
the KitchenAid ones, they're not made the same way they were 50 years ago. I don't think they're very
Sure.
high quality anymore.
Okay,
But-
fair enough.
but
Mine works
anyway.
great, and Jake makes butter with it, and also bread, and every other dessert that we make in our household.
But point being, you can't have a charcuterie board if it doesn't have goddamn meat on it.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so let's all right.
Glad
Well,
we're all
let's
in
take a vote.
agreement here.
Let's take a vote.
Yeah.
Cold meat and cheese take.
Julia, is this my take or not?
I don't think it is your take, Brandon, though I do
Okay.
think you agree with it.
Okay. Whose take is it then?
Somebody else's. This is
Okay.
another random one you pulled from the internet.
Claire.
It's yours, Brandon.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's only
I-
Brandon or Deboki in my mind. Those
I
are the only
agree.
people
The
that
the only
exist.
people with takes.
This is at the intersection of like food stuff on the internet and the semantic definitions of words that mean things that Brandon like loves. You know, like this is the
Yeah.
exact
The
right
intersection.
here-
You right.
Who
You
is
right.
pedantic?
Damn.
Yeah.
Who is a pedantic
Red to
person?
filth.
And we all said Brandon.
Red to filth.
So I do think it's Brandon's take.
Okay, so I will unveil that it is not my take.
Oh.
Now, will the person whose take it is please reveal themselves? Is Julia.
Another food take.
Another person
I-
who loves the
listen.
semantic definition of words and also
True.
food stuff. On
And
the
also,
internet.
like, if you know anything about my background, kind of a dead giveaway because I used to cheesemonger for over a decade. And the amount of people who are like, I'm putting together a charcuterie board. I'm like, cool, what meats do you want? They're like, no, I think I'm just doing cheese. I'm like, shut the fuck up. What do you mean?
It's a cheese
Do you
board.
not know what charcuterie is?
It's a cheese
And then
board.
they're like, no, it just sounds cute on the internet. I'm like, oh, bitches.
Cheese, one of two things you can monger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Fish
three.
and
I'm
cheese.
sorry.
Monger,
Three
lots
things.
of things.
Yeah, but like in modern life,
What's the third one?
fishmonger, cheesemonger, and you can warmonger.
Oh, that's true.
Ah.
I love
Also,
One of
selling
them,
could
war.
do-
one of those makes
Another
way
one
more
that
money than the
rhymes
others.
with-
Yeah.
Another one that rhymes with war is an old timey word for something, but it's not a nice word.
Right, but we don't call them that now. Now they're
No.
sex
Now
workers.
Now it's sex work.
No.
mongering.
It's the madam is the
Yeah.
monger.
Yeah.
in this
Oh,
Yeah, I
really?
scenario,
know.
Yes,
not the
but-
worker.
I'm
But
aware.
Claire,
Oh.
we still say sex work monger now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We don't say monger at all.
Now we say share in that one movie question mark? I don't know. I never saw Burlesque.
All right, folks, it's time for another round. Julie, give me
Okay.
your number.
Oh,
We have used 1, 3, 10, and 11.
great. I'll take 13.
13. Okay, got a good one
I
here
like
for
a
you.
theme.
Okay, Claire.
7.
Okay. Claire, here's yours. And Misha.
Okay.
Brandon, you're not going to believe this. Last round I rolled a 1. This time I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh.
wow. Look at that.
and will you roll one for me, Misha?
Yeah. That's 7. We just did that one. 6.
6. Okay. All right, folks. Let's go in reverse order, maybe?
Okay.
Can we vamp for 2 seconds while I go refill my bevy?
Of course
Yeah.
you
Is
can.
that okay? Thank
Yes.
you.
Make sure you
Thank
get the good gin.
I have the Bombay Sapphire. I'm good to go, bruh.
Things that can be mongered.
Well, there's also, I mean, you know me.
Fear,
There's a
rumor,
fear. You can monger
iron,
fear, of
Fearmonger.
course.
Ironmonger.
I know that there's a magic card called Spirit Monger.
well,
'Cause it
sure,
trades in
and you
ghosts.
would.
Yeah, I sure would. I sure would.
He said, and I know that there's a magic.
You know, I've been playing it a long time.
It's been 30 plus years.
It has been almost. It's been over 20 years.
That's wild. When did you actually start?
I started when I was 7, which is very early.
7?
Yeah.
That's
That's
wild.
literally exactly what and how Julia said it when I told her that on MultiCrew Review. The
That's 'cause
same tone of voice.
Me and Julie are twins.
Yeah. We used to play Magic at my, I think I've said this before, at my summer camp / daycare when I was a kid, but like, that's the only time in my life I've ever played Magic. It was like, well, that's not true because then I started playing again like maybe 3 years ago with just the girls.
Just the
But
girls'
I haven't
Magic
played.
night.
I haven't played in 2 years since the main instigator moved to New York.
Until Julia gets back, I'll talk about this. That there's a new Spider-Man set that just came out. Spider-Man tie-in set. It's bad. The reviews are bad. But also because they couldn't get the license to the digital publishing for the IP, they could only get it for the physical publishing. They had to reskin the entire set to put on their online thing. So it's the same mechanical set, but it's not Spider-Man themed, which means there are just a bunch of random people who are spiders for no reason. Because being
This
a
fits
spider,
with my understanding.
being a spider,
Spider
is like
lad.
mechanically relevant to the cards, so they can't change spider stuff. But they can't use the Spider-Man justification for making someone a human spider, so they have to come up with something else.
This is just classic.
I'm gonna
Marvel.
play Mike Martinez, Spider Guy.
Oh, library chick asks about gifts
Yeah.
for someone who recently got into Magic the Gathering. There was another recent set that's not the Spider-Man set called Edge of Eternities, which is like space themed. The decks for that look really cool. The set was really cool. You can find pre-constructed decks for that, and I recommend it.
Hell
Also,
yeah.
if you don't want to buy a deck, things like cool play mats are always an option.
Yes,
and, like, all the little
accessories,
things, like-
sleeves
and,
for
like,
your cards
counters,
are a great
sleeves.
gift. Like
I have one. My deck had the, I can't remember the brand that makes the sleeves, but it has the Whistler's Mother, but Whistler's Mother is holding a dragon on her lap in it,
Yeah.
and that's
That's-
the sleeves that I have.
That's
on
the
my cards.
Mothman deck I bought for Julia.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Claire. The best gift you can give a Magic player is the accessories for the game, especially
Yeah.
card sleeves, because you want to put them in sleeves, but it's such a hassle to buy them every time you also buy
Yeah.
cards. You're like, and I have to throw $15 for these sleeves. So yeah,
Speaking from experience, says
exactly.
Misha.
All right,
and
folks.
And those sleeves, I don't know if you've opened the box yet.
I have not
They're-
yet.
They're Spirit's green.
Whoa, exciting.
That's good.
Mothman also a green aligned character, I believe. So that
Hell
makes
yeah.
sense.
Love it. Well, I'm going to start with my first take then, my hot take.
All right, do it.
All right.
Do it. Do it.
My hot take. It's really good that Taylor Swift is not re-recording Reputation.
Why?
Well, I already know whose take this is.
Tell me
first of
tell
all.
me about the history behind the re-recordings of Taylor Swift and why this one is not good.
Well, the
I
history is that her. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just Claire knew instantly, and I'm like, I don't, and I've worked with this people
There
for
is one
years.
Swiftie at Multitude. There is a singular Swiftie at Multitude.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That you're aware of. So
And
the
the other one's
history.
Brandon.
The history is that her. I forget his name now, but the producer.
Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun. Thank you. I kept thinking Max Barton, but that's
I
different.
mean, we can all agree this is not Brandon's take, right? Like,
Yeah.
All right.
right off the
Whatever.
top there. Yeah, sure.
But yeah, Scooter Braun was an asshole who took her. I mean, I guess like took is a strong word. She signed a bad contract when she was
Yeah.
really young, and so he
As we all
maintained.
have.
Yes, so he maintained the rights to the physical recording, not the publishing. Which so we call it the mechanical and the publishing.
Yeah.
He had the mechanical. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha.
And so she had the ability to re-record and sell that re-recorded piece of music because she had owned the piece of music itself, but not the actual recording.
Gotcha.
So she's been going back, and it's something that actually a lot of artists have, but she has the money to actually do it. And so she's been going back and re-recording all the albums. She stopped right before recording, re-recording Reputation, which, if anyone has heard or listened to Reputation, is an album all about sort of like a young woman like changing her like persona kind of thing into this like weird sort of.
Maybe this
Is that
Brandon's take.
Taylor can't come to the phone right now because she's dead?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. It's kind of cringy. That's the thing is like it's like a young woman coming like changing it from like like the classic like Disney Channel like person who then becomes the new Britney Spears kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's that transition, and like doing that as a what is she like 37-year-old adult is like super cringy and like hard to pull off in a way that I think is
and
like,
also now she's engaged, so like
Yeah.
it's a completely like different point in her life and all of that.
Yeah,
and-
exactly. So I think out of all the albums, Reputation would have been like difficult to pull off in a way, without it sounding stupid. I think like
Gotcha.
it's sort of like going back and like redoing a song you wrote when you were 16. Like it's just never going to be good when you're 40. So that's my hot take.
Okay.
And she doesn't need more money. That's also my second hot take.
Oh yeah, well,
and she got the rights back. That's why she stopped.
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
thing is,
Do we have follow-up questions for Brandon here?
No one expected me to be a Swiftie.
No one thinks you are a Swiftie, Brandon.
but
No
you
one
do
thinks you're a
have
Swiftie.
know more about this than I thought you would,
Well,
which makes me think
you
could
have to
done this
understand
to
that,
throw us
that
off the
Brandon
trails.
is like a music business expert. Like
Yeah, I
that's
was
what
gonna
he
say
knows.
that's what he went to school for was music business, so it makes sense that you know at least the like logistics of this, but I don't think you actually care enough to have written this in
Yeah.
as a
Don't let the fact that he knows stuff about music business news fool you, Claire.
confuse you.
I
Don't
know a
let
lot
it
of-
happen,
trying
Claire.
But he does know who's submitting takes, and he could be trying to throw us off the trail and be
Sure.
Deboki, which is who the Swiftie at
I
Multitude
also,
is.
but I also know a lot about Reputation. So
Yeah, that's what I'm like. He knew a lot about the sort of not just the general like masters stuff, which I knew, but he knows about specifically what each album is, like what's happening.
Okay,
Is
Claire, but
Lauren-
also
Oh.
to be fair, no, Lauren is not a Swiftie, right? Brandon,
Me?
is Lauren a Swiftie?
I can't answer any questions about this. I don't know.
Yes, you can. All of us answered questions.
That's literally
about?
been the whole game.
There's no
until-
rule. where
Yeah,
it
but
says you
all
can't
of no,
answer
no, no. I'll
questions.
stand in front of Brandon on this one. I only answered follow-up questions to make you think it was my hot take when it wasn't. So like
It's fine.
So the obfuscation is like it's fair play. That's
No,
okay.
I blatantly lied about a bunch of pizza stuff that I firmly believe. But still, Brandon, you can tell us whether or not your partner is a Swiftie. You can lie about it, but you do have to answer the questions.
I don't want to lie to y'all. So I'll say no.
You're such a liar by saying I don't want to lie to y'all. Okay, can we vote? Let's just make this happen.
I
vote.
mean, it's Deboki's take, right?
It's Deboki's take.
Is that what
I would also maybe say that it would have been like Raltz's take, but I don't know if Raltz submitted.
I mean,
Ralston not submit?
Okay.
It would have been Carly's take, but she's not here.
Yeah.
Claire.
Carly's the only true one that I would like tag as a Swiftie.
True. Very true.
Deboki.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you're all correct. It was just
Correct.
about
As soon as you said Taylor Swift, I said, so that's Deboki's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I do know the
Yeah,
whole story of it.
I know you
I just don't
understand
care.
it. Exactly. Brandon, that's what I said from the beginning. I said Brandon knows about this, but he
Yes.
doesn't give a shit about
But
it.
I will say, and if Duoki were here, I would shake hands, because I will say, when Lauren was talking to me about it, the thing I said was, "Damn, it's good she stopped at Reputation, because that would be a weird fucking album to re-record when you're 40."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a correct take, I think, is the thing.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. I at this point I kind of like refuse.
Anything I know about Taylor Swift is against my will.
Yeah.
And that is where I will leave that.
You should know that she's marrying a guy who has a shitty cereal mix. So
That I do know. I do know that she's engaged to an NFL player, and I know stuff about him because I make a sports show.
yeah, because he's a
Mm.
douche. Julia, would you like to go?
Oh, yes. I forgot that I still had one in the pocket. Okay. Mine is, listen, I think a lot of us have like been to Comic Cons. I think a lot of us have been on public transport.
Earlier today I said, does anybody want something from that Comic-Con I'm apparently going to tomorrow?
Yeah. I think a lot of us have been to like in general conventions. I think a lot of us know a lot of anime fans. I don't feel like I want to be generalizing in this way. But
Yeah, this is
here's the thing. And also, I knew a lot of really granola people who, like, there was one girl that I worked with at a cheese shop who one time told me she hadn't washed her hair in 2 years. And I said, girlfriend, I can tell.
Yeah.
My take is your natural deodorant does not work. And actually, you do need aluminum. And trying to avoid aluminum does not actually help you smell better. It's not actually making that much of a difference in your life and your health that you shouldn't be wearing deodorant.
Julia's so right for this, and also the real problem is like clothes that are too affected by the aluminum. We need to build the fact that we need aluminum for this into the clothes manufacturing process and still solve it from the other end.
Have we considered Teflon on the inside of your shirt?
Yes, we
Right.
have.
Oh,
There's the
Swiftie
Swiftie
here.
herself.
The Swiftie herself.
We clocked your hot take immediately.
I did a good
Which
job.
one was it?
Taylor Swift
one.
the
Oh,
Reputation
yeah.
one.
It's good
Right.
that she's not recording Reputation.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
did you proud though. I did a good job.
Yeah. He
Thank
knew
you.
way more about this than any of us expected.
Well, I'm glad.
Yes. Jaboki, just so you can join in on this round, my hot take currently is your natural deodorant does not work, and also you actually do need aluminum, so stop avoiding it.
So the game is that we have to decide whether or not this is actually Julia's hot take, and if it's not,
Got it.
whose is it? And the options are everyone here, and I did throw in some random ones from the internet. So
Yeah.
Oh, that makes it even harder, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I had just suggested that we put Teflon on our t-shirts.
Oh, because I believe what Misha said was, hey, the problem is that clothing.
Like we need the aluminum. Like we shouldn't have aluminum free deodorant. We should have clothes that can withstand the deodorant we need.
Yeah.
Is there
Or
like
There are
everybody
people
should
who are
start
scared of
wearing
like
sleeveless
cancer,
shirts.
Julia.
Yes.
There are people who are like they
Yes.
think it's like a cancer risk.
Oh
Yes, which is
yeah,
not true.
Claire. It's much like people who believe like, oh, we can't eat seed oils anymore.
As opposed to putting Teflon in the shirts, which would be a
which
cancer
would
risk.
actually well, only if you heat it up past 500 degrees.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Which I'm not getting that sweaty out there.
I wish there was someone in this call who knew like a lot about cancer as like their job before they.
Thank you for
Couldn't be
bringing
me.
me up.
No, I'm here to say that Teflon in your shirts is okay. I'll do it.
A scientist that I know says yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you both of you,
Okay.
is there a substance that could like well, I guess that would make it render it useless. But like baking soda and vinegar, you combine them, then they explode and nothing's there anymore, right? That's how that works. Is there a metal that is the opposite of aluminum that would just negate it on the t-shirt, you know?
But then we just
Interesting.
smell Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think conceptually we worked all the way to the end of that one.
Right.
You were trying. You were
Look,
trying.
I'm just a cancer doctor. I'm not a chemist, okay?
I mean, we're like fabric engineers now at this point too.
Yeah,
We're working with body chemistry. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, is that the main issue with aluminum? It's like the effect on the clothes, like
That's
the
my
think-
biggest
stain-
problem with it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's the cancer thing. People are scared of heavy metals
Right.
entering their
People are.
bloodstream via
Yeah.
their deodorant. I
Okay.
Yeah.
think.
Via our armpits.
Aluminum,
Yeah.
very light, classically. So how can it be heavy metal? That's what I always say.
Brandon,
No,
Brandon,
We're
once
all
again, the
scientists on this
heel
call.
of the episode.
Yeah.
As
Brandon,
we
you have,
all
you have to
know,
understand
only
that
2 of
anything
us have
heavier than
doctor.
helium is a heavy metal.
Yeah,
As
I'm
we all
also
know,
a cancer doctor.
as we all know, we're slowly, us non-PhDs are slowly being pushed out of this company.
I
and
know.
so-
They're taking over.
I say we're taking your jobs.
yeah,
Over
you
time,
are.
it's just going to be women with PhDs.
Yeah, by
You know
the
what?
end of this.
You know
yeah.
what? That's fine.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
fine.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with it.
actually. Yeah.
This is the future liberals want.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of is.
Seriously.
More women with PhDs? Absolutely.
And podcasts. Women
Yeah,
with
right. Yeah.
They got us.
I'm curious now. I want to figure this out. So I'm curious. Has anyone ever tried and discontinued natural deodorant, or does someone use it currently?
I tried and I hated it.
Yeah.
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 I didn't notice any difference either way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be
I
honest.
didn't like it because I felt like it made me smellier, 1, and 2, it left like oil. I used the native one like for a
Yeah.
year. It left oil stains inside my
Oh.
shirts, and I am not a
Huh.
sweaty person, which is why I thought I could use this
Yeah.
native thing.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, I'm not a particularly sweaty person, so I'll use it. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is worse. And I asked my sister's friends, because they're all hippie Portland people, do you guys use the native stuff? And they were like, yeah, and it makes me stinkier, so I had to stop.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See,
Not
like-
even good enough for the Portland crowd. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
also
saying something.
I know.
I'll also even say I haven't used women's deodorant in a decade, I would say.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I-
Oh,
I'm a
I do.
famously
I use men's
stinky
deodorant.
bitch. I'm a famously stinky bitch. I need that like Old Spice strong.
It's
shit.
all
Yeah.
the cheap she's mongering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my diet of exclusively Epois.
when we went to Universal Studios when Julia and Brandon were here this week, Julia did have me put a stick of Old Spice.
Studios?
Yeah,
Yes,
we went
I
to
did.
Universal Studios
Misha and
Hollywood.
I only went to Universal Studios,
I
to be
should've
fair.
gone.
We rode the studio tour. We went on the Jurassic World falls. It was great.
I did the mummy while Misha ate popcorn. It was awesome.
excellent.
I'm extra jealous. I
Claire,
didn't
my
go
my
now.
ticket's good through June. You should come hang out.
Okay.
But when we went on that trip, because we were going to an event later that night, Julia did stick a stick of Old Spice into my backpack to carry around.
It's Captain Brandon.
Now, I agree. Well, 1, it's dumb that we gender deodorant at all. That's just stupid. 2,
Yeah.
I will say though that women's deodorant tends to be like more sensitive for skin. But 3, it's wild that you, of all the men's deodorant, you chose Old Spice.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you
that
wanna
is
see
crazy.
it? It's like a really good
I'm-
brand.
I'm
Yeah.
on the gray, the Dove, the men's gray, like the
Yeah.
silvery
Mhm.
stick, the Dove stuff.
Yeah.
That's
While she's not here, that's the shit that we used to wear in 6th grade.
well,
Yeah.
sure. He's gonna come back and it's gonna be a can of Axe.
Yeah.
Well, so I use
I'm-
women's Dove deodorant, but I also have a genetic condition that makes me sweat less. So I did
Yeah.
not. I guess I didn't
Mm.
consider that.
I have a genetic condition that makes me sweat more. It's called being Italian. I'm wrong. It's not the Captain. It's the Aqua Reef,
Oh.
which is
Oh.
viper scented, and it smells delicious. I will say.
As opposed to
Ooh.
the non-aqua reefs.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
The
dry
land
reefs.
reefs.
Yeah.
That's what we call forests.
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right, let's take a vote. Let's start with Claire. Do you think this is Julia's hot take?
Well, I think we've done 2 of Julia's already, so I don't know how many of Julia's you would have included in here. I think
I'll
this
say it wasn't the same
is-
number for everyone.
Mhm.
Oh, it's because mine are too controversial. I think this might be a random internet one. Or did you get any from people who aren't here
No.
but aren't internet people? Okay, so I think random internet.
Okay. Deboki, what do you think? Do you think
I
this
mean,
is
having
Julia's
just
hot
come
take?
in, I'm gonna just say yes. This is Julia's take.
Okay.
Cool.
Mish?
I think this is Claire's take.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Going spicy. Why do you think
Yeah.
it's Claire's take?
Because Claire is the kind of person that says that thing you wanted to do to avoid reality does not work, and you should get over it. That's a Claire take to me.
Hell yeah, dude. Red to filth. As always, I will not guess because I know the answer. Julia, was this your take?
It was not my take, and I'm gonna guess who I think it was before the person
Yes.
reveals himself.
Okay.
I think this was Claire's.
Okay. Whomever's take this was, will you please reveal yourself?
It was mine.
Yeah.
And I realized also the wording where I said your thing's not working and you need to use the real thing is me.
Yeah.
Obviously, but also as soon as Julia said seed oils, I said she clocked me.
I got you, Claire. I know.
Knows it's a woo-woo thing that I'm being like, no, material reality is real and you're making the lives of the people around you worse.
Yeah.
Claire, I just want to make sure because, like, obviously we were on the same page as that one. Did you like my introduction of being like, we've all been
did.
on public transport,
I
we've all
did.
been at Comic Con?
I so did.
All right, good.
I was like, at first I was like, what are you talking about? And then you said Comic Cons and then public transport. And then I was like, oh, I know which one this is gonna be.
Did
yeah,
have y'all listened to the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I feel like, okay, this is also, and Devoki's gonna hate me. I feel like everything causes cancer at this point. Getting old, living in the world causes cancer. We just, and so like living your life, inconveniencing the people around you and being smelly because you're afraid of the tiny, 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 minute chance that you get cancer from something that we can't prove causes cancer is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's actually fucking ridiculous.
There is a difference between things that can cause cancer and aluminum, which doesn't.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there are things that like we are like, okay, yeah, that for sure causes cancer, but things that we're like, we don't know, but it might. I'm like, no, I don't want to smell you.
Yeah.
I'm good, actually.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't want to smell you. And
Correct.
people get really smell blind to their own smell, so then they don't realize that what they're doing. It's
Yeah, I mean that's I use native still. And so
do you?
Now I'm like, oh, do I still smell? I probably do.
Maybe you.
But I work from home. Person. Who knows? Who can tell?
Yeah. I use the native regular stuff. I don't use the natural stuff, but.
Oh.
Because
I also use the native like body wash.
You use Old Spice.
Well, no, I use the native body wash and then I use Old Spice.
You're like, I need to make sure the aluminum is on my skin.
Right. I have to make sure that there is a layer of nice, good smell and then also Old Spice.
You know, Old Spice makes body wash, Julia, if you want to use
I know, but I don't want that. I like.
You could get one of those Christmas gift sets that we give to 11-year-olds.
Fucking birds down.
I'm okay with
okay.
this.
Everyone clocked me, so I can.
Listen, the minute I started like cohabitating with my husband, I said, I'm just using this anymore. Like this just smells better and also works better. Like I was noticeably less sweaty.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's fair.
Brandon, you have to.
So my one defense, but this is like only on me, and maybe this is like where I go wrong with my smells. But like the main reason I use native is just because when I was sniffing deodorants in the aisle at Target, I was like, these are the ones that smell good.
Yes,
and I don't like the smell of like Secret or Dove or a lot of those ones. Like that's my issue. It's like at least in the container, I'm like, this is it. This is what I want.
I will say Deboki, like native is like distinctly like I would say less gendered than a lot of other body products you can buy out there right now. But
yeah, the forest ones are just like it could be anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Your gender, forest. That's what I'm looking for.
That is my gender, actually.
Yeah.
I also feel like I spend a lot of time with the like in terms of the gender deodorant and why I use men's deodorant is I realized a lot of the times when I would like this is gonna sound crazy when I would like smell men I was like dating or whatever, a lot of times the good smell was not, they weren't really wearing cologne, it was like their deodorant that smelled good. And 100%. I was like, that could just be me. I could just have that for myself.
I could just take myself. I could take myself out for drinks.
Claire, to give you a little bit of context for that, there was a girl who like halfway through high school started wearing men's deodorant. She ended up being a lesbian. We're not surprised by that. But like we were all like, wow, she smells really good. And we're all like, oh, that makes sense.
Deodorant.
And the Old Spice is why Julia is now bi. That's how that works.
Yeah, that's it. The Old Spice turned me bi is how that works.
All right. Before we move on to Claire's Deboki, will you please choose a number between 4, 5, 8, 9, 12, 14 and 15. Choose one of those numbers.
Okay, you said between, and I was.
Yeah,
I know.
very
I
no.
fucked up. I fucked up.
He started his
Out of
thought
the
before he
list.
said
Choose
it.
among.
You said 9 was a number.
Yep.
Let's do 9.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna send this to you via Slack.
Debookie
Is there
should go
going to be
next, by the
exactly
way.
enough for a last round? Is there 5 numbers left after this?
I think
Am I
so.
stupid? Can I
1, 2,
count?
3,
And if there isn't,
5,
Brandon
6.
just won't go in the last round.
There's
Perfect.
6 actually.
Oh,
so we have
okay.
to-
Well,
yeah.
then Brandon will
just
do
won't go.
one double one at the end.
Claire, would you please
Oh,
tell us about your hot take?
look, fruit and chocolate are not a good combination. They do not go together.
Hmm.
That's just wrong. That's just blatantly
It's just
wrong.
wrong. It's just
Especially
wrong.
'cause, like,
Wrong.
like when you have like a strawberry and chocolate, one thing is wet, one thing is really dry. It gets waxy because it's
All right, Claire
cold.
doesn't believe
But
this
what
one
if
at
the
all. It's
chocolate
fine.
is wet? Like, what if it's a melted chocolate? Like,
Chocolate is wet.
But like no, but when you have when you put a strawberry, like when you get a platter of
Okay. Can I give you guys a big hack that I did from this summer from camping?
Yes.
Sure.
This is Aaron. All credit to Aaron. It's tangentially related to this. Instead of roasting a marshmallow over the fire, dip fruit in marshmallow fluff and put that in
Yeah.
the fire.
That sounds
Ooh.
dope.
Okay, that sounds good.
That
Yeah.
sounds great.
yeah, and
but
that's much better than if it were chocolate because those don't go together.
I was gonna say, but here's the thing: is I kind of agree with Claire. I don't think it's not like
Yeah, because it's your take, Brandon.
Yeah.
It's such a hot food
It's a
take.
dumb
We know
food
this
take, so it must be
immediately.
yours.
Okay. The worst offender
Okay.
is orange and
His
chocolate.
head is
Oh
turning
no,
slightly
Brandon,
redder.
you are
as we
right.
go.
Orange and chocolate are terrible together. If I
Y'all
have to
never
eat
had a
another one of
Terry's
those,
chocolate orange? What are
Wait,
you talking
yes.
about?
I hate those. They're bad.
Terry's chocolate orange is delicious.
No.
My
The-
favorite
No.
thing is dark chocolate with orange in it, and that's what
Yeah.
I would say if I didn't agree with this take. That is
If this wasn't my take, definitely.
that's what a person who disagrees with me would think about fruit and chocolate.
To me, it's a scale of orange and chocolate on the bad side to chocolate and strawberry on the good side. Everything else is in the middle.
Watermelon,
In the middle somewhere. Probably on the bad side.
pineapple.
Well,
Here's an
good.
absolute hot take. The texture of watermelon is bad.
Whoa.
Oh, you're eating
all
bad
sticky.
watermelon then.
I've never had
Yeah.
a good watermelon. Then.
Oh,
Crispy.
fucked up.
You live in. Hold on. Do you live in the San Fernando Valley as we speak?
Yeah.
How
Go
the
buy
fuck
a
have you
good
not had
watermelon.
good watermelon?
Because there isn't any, because the texture of watermelon is bad.
Go buy it from a lady on a cart.
It doesn't matter who you buy it from.
Yes, it does.
Doesn't matter who you buy it
Yeah.
from.
I got chocolate on my shirt.
Brandon left to cover the fact that this is definitely his take, by the way. Oh,
I had to
he's back.
open my window. I was getting red because I was getting
say-
hot.
It's
Oh,
increasing-
yeah,
it's
that's why.
increasingly red head.
No.
It's
Okay,
definitely not
alright.
that I'm embarrassed by my take.
Let's vote.
Great.
Jaboki,
If
you go
there's a
first.
fast one,
Wait, I
it's
can't
I think
Brandon's.
it's yours.
Okay.
It's not Claire's, it's Brandon's.
Misha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brandon's.
Okay. Julia.
Yeah, it's yours.
Okay.
And
I
I
won't vote.
also vote Brandon.
Okay, so Claire has said it's not her take.
I think
I'll
your
vote.
scale of orange to strawberry, you think is bad is worst to bad is your scale.
Here's the thing, you're all fucking wrong. It's not my
Good.
take, it was a random one.
Good.
Oh. I mean, I bet you agree with it though, you dumb bitch. No, I'm
I
kidding.
don't like orange and chocolate. I don't think it's very good, but I'll take
Okay.
any other fruit and chocolate.
I
It's fine.
Alright,
literally
fair enough,
have
fair enough.
orange. I like when it's orange peel and chocolate. I straight up have some in my cupboard right now as we speak.
Chocolate
The
and
chocolate love
bananas?
one?
Come on.
The-
Ooh, chocolate
like-
bananas, that fucks. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
English like orange chocolate thing
Yes.
that you get around Christmas
Yeah.
time, hate that shit.
I'm
No,
an
I-
American,
Good.
so like I can't
Good.
really
I do
eat the
like
orange
They
that.
sell those at
Any-
Trader Joe's.
Any British listeners, anybody British on Twitch who's watching us right now, send me Jaffa cakes, please.
Oh.
I can bring you. Well, I don't
Yeah.
live near you, but I was gonna say I'm going to the UK in like 2 weeks, and I will
Send
be
me
eating.
some Jaffa cakes.
What's the flavor of a
can't.
Tim
Also-
Tam? Is that a raspberry?
Not
That's
choc-
Australian. But yeah, it's like raspberry. Also, Misha, you can the brand Choco Love.
Uh,
They
they do the little mushrooms?
No, those are Choco Rooms.
Oh, sorry.
Choco Love is like a chocolate
revealing a
bar
lot
brand
about
that is in a
ourselves.
lot of like supermarkets and stuff. It's like slightly nicer, but it's not like crazy expensive. They do an orange peel chocolate that is bomb, like extremely good. I highly recommend. It's a dark chocolate with orange peel in it. Very
Thank you, Ab95 in chat. Normal Tim Tams are just chocolate.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. I
Well-
do like a raspberry chocolate combo though. That's
Yeah,
nice.
That's
Yes.
actually the one I don't like. Like that's the one that makes me
Oh.
most anti-fruit and chocolate.
Really?
I don't know why, because I
Interesting.
love them separately. And for some reason, whenever I've had a raspberry chocolate dessert, I'm like, no, I don't want it.
Huh. Interesting.
See?
Interesting.
Yeah.
See, I live
And I
down
like
the street.
I'm not
strawberry
super-
chocolate.
I live down the street from Porto's, a very famous bakery in LA,
Mhm.
and their dark chocolate raspberry cake slaps so hard.
Mm.
It's so dangerous living walking distance from that cake every day.
I think Deboki, you're right. I think raspberry chocolate is my least favorite fruit combo.
So
Yeah.
interesting.
I
It's
just
too
fucking
sweet,
love
too
raspberry.
sweet on sweet.
Yeah,
I need some
I think that's
acid.
I'll
part of
take
it.
all of your chocolate raspberry stuff, and you can have all my chocolate watermelon stuff.
We did it.
Hey,
Keep your
made
edible
world
arrangements
peace.
far from me.
Raspberry, calling raspberry sweet though is insane. Raspberry is so tart.
Tart as heck.
Yeah.
Well,
But
I
not
would
when it's
say
in-
raspberry
when it's in
yes.
desserts.
when raspberry
Yeah.
things are flavored, like raspberry flavored
Oh,
things,
sure.
those can
Right.
be too sweet. But like
Yeah.
a raspberry itself dipped in chocolate, delicious. So
Sure.
tart,
Sure.
so
Which is
Got it.
weird,
But,
though,
like-
still, because I like a strawberry chocolate, so I don't get what it is specifically with raspberry. Maybe it's
Yeah.
like both sweet and tart. I don't know, but like
Maybe.
it just never works for me.
In
So
my
I don't
mind,
like
a
when it's,
raspberry
like
is much
jammy
harder.
raspberry. Like I
Mm.
don't
Yeah,
like a
I think that's a
raspberry
big part of
jam and
it.
chocolate because that's
Okay,
so
okay.
sweet. Like I think
And I don't like
raspberry
the
jams are
texture. I
sweeter.
don't like the jammy texture with like chocolate cake.
and raspberries have like they're too seedy when they're all smashed up.
Yeah.
There's too much happening. It's
Yeah,
also why I
this
don't
is-
like shrimp. There's too much going on.
Too much going on.
I agree.
That's such
Shrimp and
fun, but-
chocolate, bad.
Shrimp and chocolate, not good.
That's
you don't
my
like a
hobby.
chocolate, man?
Man, tell that to the
Man, you're
Star
not
Wars
eating
hotel. That's
chocolate?
something, right?
All right, let's move on so we get
All right.
to Deboki's. Deboki, please
Wait,
tell us
I-
your.
Deboki can absolutely go first. I also didn't go yet this round.
I know.
No,
You're gonna go
yeah.
last.
Why don't you go?
Great.
Because I'd like to see one more round.
Okay.
Okay.
To like
Okay,
know what's
okay.
happening.
Great.
Okay.
I was just going around in the circle on my screen, Misha.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I
Yeah,
just wanted to.
Yeah, you go, Misha.
Um,
You tell us your hot take.
We'll let the Boki go twice in the next round so that we get
Okay.
an equal amount of Boki takes.
For this next round, Claire, I'm gonna need you to cover Augie's ears for a second.
Oh
Was that why his name Augie? Because he's a doggy?
no.
Oh,
Oh, Claire, did we
can't-
lose you?
I can't hear Claire anymore.
Uh-oh.
We
Claire?
see you, but we cannot hear you.
Uh-oh.
Can you talk?
Can she hear us?
Did you mute yourself?
Uh-oh. I think she froze.
Technical difficulties.
Oh,
She's
no,
not
not
frozen.
frozen. Okay.
It says your MacBook Air is your microphone right now.
Whoops.
But in the meantime,
Well,
Misha,
anyway.
tell us your.
So my take is I
I see you really thinking about this one.
no, it's I'm not a dog person, y'all. I've had some bad experiences with dogs in my life, and I truly never really recovered. I don't think that dogs respect personal boundaries in any way. And that's all well and good when you have your dog in your house. But when you bring it into public and it invades on my personal space, that's so offensive. Dogs should not be allowed everywhere.
Oh.
That's brutal. Oh,
Also,
you're back.
Brandon, you fuck you when you disconnected when you muted me or whatever.
I didn't do anything to
kicked-
you.
Oh, I thought you disconnected
Oh,
me.
no.
No.
It literally, as soon as Misha said, "Claire, cover your dog's ears," it like was
Oh,
like,
that's
speaker-
insane.
Oh wow!
Oh.
I didn't do
I just
anything.
didn't want. I didn't want to
wow,
offend
Brandon
dog.
was pulling a funny prank on me. I'm so sorry. You're not.
I just didn't want to offend Augie's sensibilities, you know. But it's true. Even your dog, who could be the nicest dog on earth, I understand.
I can't believe.
Doesn't
Have you
belong
seen
everywhere.
how floppy Augie is? You don't want that
Yes.
floppiness everywhere?
Not everywhere. When
Oh, I
I'm
can't
going to
really-
visit
His little
Augie's
hair.
house, fine.
Yeah. Okay.
When I'm going over to Claire's, that's Augie's house. Totally get that.
I can't say you're wrong, but I can say emotionally you're wrong.
No.
Now, Misha, the one time I ever met your dog was in the parking lot of someone's wedding.
That was
Yep.
so funny. Your dog fucking hated everyone.
Yes,
you did have a very mean dog.
I fully admit I had the worst dog.
That was so funny.
the angriest dog. Just hated everyone on Earth except my partner.
It was
Okay.
funny and sweet.
And can I'll bring it up on Twitch. Aaron used to bring Max everywhere, and I thought that was
Oh.
bad, and she shouldn't have done that.
Wow.
Ooh.
Calling out your wife.
Yep.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. Before
She can't
I
hear me. She's in the desert for a week. She's not
Great.
gonna know.
before I interrogate Misha further, I need to know everyone's opinions on dogs in public spaces. Say you're at the farmer's market and you see a dog.
In that
Respond.
case, in that context, I'm 1000% pro. I love seeing a dog. If we're talking about like, I
You're
don't
at
know,
a brewery,
how-
Brandon,
no,
and
that's
there's a dog
perfect.
there.
Like
Here-
like a problem like where service animals need to be, and you have your dog. Fuck you. But like I don't know. I was thinking of an airport, but like dogs can be at airports too. But like
Yeah.
if there's a place where like people with service animals need the service animal, and you're bringing your dog around just because it's fun and they shouldn't be there, then you're an asshole. But like
It-
everywhere else,
If there is not
Pro
enough
dogs.
space at the event or function or place for me to avoid the dog if I want to, your dog should not be there.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
But like,
I-
what is
And I
it,
think
like a
also
concert?
it's like very like dog dependent too, because like I'm generally very pro. I want to like run into a dog anywhere.
I
But I was like
agree.
on a trail, and there's a dog like, and it was a trail that a lot of dogs like on, and most of them are great. But there's this one dog that like ran after me, and like the owner did not have enough urgency. And
Oh, was
like,
it the like, oh, he's friendly as he's like attacking
no,
you?
it wasn't even that,
essentially?
because then like later I saw him and like the dog got in a fight with another dog. Like it
Oh,
was
boy.
scary. Like, and I was just
Yeah.
like, and like the other
Ooh.
dog's owners were like, why is your dog just like loose if they're gonna be like this?
That's a
Yeah.
bad
I mean,
dog.
yeah.
That's
I mean,
like,
my
but, like,
hot take
that's the
is
one. Yeah.
my hot
Yeah.
take is some dog owners are just bad dog owners
Yes,
too.
well,
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Just like parents.
Yeah.
I would go a step further, Julia, and say, like not some, but a lot of dog owners
Oh,
are
yeah.
not do have very poorly trained dogs,
Yeah,
have
true.
very very poorly behaved dogs, and are not willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to have a well behaved dog.
I would
But I-
also say that's true of parents.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I
but
would
a
say though
kid is
that
like a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, humans are worse than dogs, Claire. We figured this out already.
Humans
Also-
scream more than
Also,
dog, I would
if
say.
there's not enough space at the function or location for me to avoid your kids, shouldn't bring your kids.
Whoa.
That's a hot
Yeah.
take. Okay.
No, I actually think that like the amount of like inappropriate for children and inappropriate for dogs is close to a circle and event diagram.
Yeah.
I legitimately stayed away from any parenting hot takes that I was gonna add because I thought that would be too mean.
That's fair. That's fair. Also, only one of us on this call is a parent, so
Yeah, but
You should
Sam
throw
could
them
hear it.
all at me.
that's
And
why
I'm
like there.
I do that one. I do that.
Diploki,
one,
there
I
was
do
a
that
pizza one earlier, and I was like, "Wow, this feels offensive to me and my people." And it was my own hot take, so
All right.
Parents are my people now.
Any other questions? Should we take a vote? What do we think?
this I'm struggling with this one because Misha, yeah,
What-
you did have
What
a
was
dog,
the
but also it was a
exact
bad
wording
dog.
of it?
The exact wording of it was dogs should not be allowed everywhere.
Okay,
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
like the operating room.
Exactly.
No, I think if
The
you put
place
some
dogs
dog,
are famously allowed now.
if you put a dog in some scrubs and a mask, I think he should be there.
Honestly,
That's Dr. Peanut Butter.
if I were a patient and you could, that's really good. If I were a patient and you could bring a dog in and he was sterile, I would love that.
I mean, that is the best part of the pit is the one time that the dog is in the emergency
yeah.
room.
Yeah, that's true. Still, they shouldn't have let that dog in the emergency room. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a vote. Julia, you got to go. It's your turn.
No, I can't go first.
Okay, Claire, you got to go. It's your turn.
Thank you.
I think it might legitimately be Misha's.
Okay. Deboki?
I'm gonna say yeah, just because I like the idea that he has a dog, and this is his hot take.
Julia.
We haven't had a Brandon one in a while. I think it's Brandon's.
You think this
literally
one's Brandon,
just
famous
said
dog
yes
lover?
last time.
I know we haven't had a Brandon one in a while, and I think it's Brandon's.
Okay, well, I will not vote because I know. Misha, will you tell us whether or not this is your hot take?
Now, okay, this was not my hot take, but if I had thought of this to submit it, it would have been.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, we
I
haven't
should
had
have
it like
said
but
this
one.
Misha agrees with it.
I absolutely should have
taken a
submitted it. This
while.
is absolutely a take I hold 100% that I know is a hot take that I will stand by. Yes.
Interesting.
So I would have, but no.
All right, whomever's
And-
hot take it is.
And Deboki, you're right. I did have a dog, and I do hold this take.
Will
They
you
right, they
please
right.
reveal yourself, hot taker?
It's my hot take.
Oh yeah,
Fair.
Claire. I
Better.
probably honestly should have guessed that was true.
So
yeah.
Do you want some explanation
Yes,
on this?
please.
Because
Sure.
some of this has been touched on. It's actually it's half of a hot take,
Okay.
but I only gave you the first half of it.
Okay.
My hot take is I don't want to see your dog everywhere, or your dog should not be allowed everywhere for the reasons that were discussed previously, also including things like there are people who can't for religious reasons touch dogs, and if your dog is all up on them, that sucks that you're subjecting them to that. Also part of it is that people often their dogs are not well behaved, and I say this as someone who has put a lot of effort into training my dog to being extremely well behaved, and it pisses me off when people don't do
And
that
so floppy.
and they subject people to it, and he's so good. But the other half of this hot take, it starts with dogs should not be allowed everywhere. The second one is children should be allowed everywhere.
Oh,
And
I love that.
love kids. Like I love kids. And I also think often what happens when we don't allow kids places is that mothers are not allowed places.
Right.
Because
That is
the
very true.
primarily like the labor of raising children ends up on the mothers. And so what
Yeah.
ends up happening is that we exclude mothers from spaces or primary parents or whatever from spaces
Sure,
because
yeah.
we don't allow kids there.
I-
And we have this whole problem of people being like, I don't want your fucking crotch goblin here, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
And it
people are still like
dehumanizes
weirdly
children.
anti-nihilist.
who the
yeah,
fuck
or
says crotch
anti-natalist.
goblin?
Oh,
It's
so
a
many
thing.
people on
It's an
Instagram,
anti-child
Brandon.
You have
community,
not.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
They're like so that is fair. I will say that part of the hot take that I argued I don't agree with. I do believe children should be allowed everywhere. I don't love children. I'll fucking deal with it. You know what I mean? Like actually you can bring your kids wherever you want. I'll
Right.
handle it. There is a distinct difference between like people who don't have kids and aren't huge fans of kids and like will let bygones because children have to exist for society
They
to
have to.
perpetuate idiots.
Yeah.
And then there's
But
there-
why do
there's
we
fully,
want that, Misha? It's not going well.
I know. And then there's fully anti-child people
Yeah,
who are
that-
like
yeah,
who are
I'm
like
not saying they're the same.
no,
yeah.
I think those people are bad people.
Yeah.
They don't have any
It-
empathy.
it's the
If
same
you've
kind of
used
people-
the phrase
well,
crotch goblin,
Yeah, it's very much of the
unironically,
same line
yeah.
of have
Or
y'all
call
seen that
people
Brendan Lee Mulligan
breeders.
take where it's like do you think baristas shouldn't exist? Oh, like do you think children shouldn't exist?
Yeah.
Like
You
that's
were a
dumb.
child at one point. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest
Yeah.
with each other.
The
yeah.
issue of like having a child in your vicinity is like, well, that's part of the human existence. And
Yeah.
so you must be okay with it. Like
Right.
you don't have to be like, I'm raising your kid. I'm whatever.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to even interact with the kid.
Yeah.
But like being mad that a baby is crying when it's experiencing so much more than you are at any given
Yeah.
moment in time
Right.
and also has no other means of communication, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel
Absolutely.
strongly about access to space, and I think dogs actually limit access to space, and I
Yeah.
think
Yes.
limiting kids also limits access to
Yeah.
space.
I have
Yeah, that's
questions
fine.
for like specific questions. What about how do you feel? I don't have an opinion on this. I'm just curious what you think. What about like weddings or like celebrations where people say no kids allowed, and or what about planes where people take babies who are maybe too young to be on a plane?
Oh, I have,
I
strong
have a
feelings about the
crazy
plane
take
one.
on the
Oh, okay.
plane one.
Okay, tell me.
I'm so
well,
curious to hear this.
So kids on at weddings, if you say no kids allowed, okay, whatever, it's your
Yeah.
whole deal. You
Your
just have to
social
be willing
event,
to
whatever.
Yeah, and you have to understand that you will be cutting people out of being able to attend. And if
Yeah.
you're okay with that, then you're okay with that, and that's your whole deal. Whatever.
Absolutely.
Babies on planes. I have a superstition. I've been going on so my parents-
Superstition. Oh.
Here's some fun, sad lore. My parents got divorced when I was very young, and my
Hey,
dad moved
welcome to
to
the club.
another state. Floor drop. And one of my parents moved to another state, and so I grew up going on planes as a little kid, like very young, very frequently. And I, as a kid, determined this like weird superstition where I said if there's a baby on the plane, that means the plane is safe. And
Aw,
so now it's turned into a thing where I'm like, if I see a baby on a
That's
plane, I
cute.
feel very like comforted by the
That's
fact
sweet.
that a parent felt safe enough to bring their baby on this plane. And I know that logically that's not real. Like, I know
That's
Yeah.
not real. Yeah,
how
no,
this
that's
works.
100% fake.
No,
But
but I think
also-
yeah.
Sorry, Jaboki should go because as an actual parent, you have a stronger opinion than I do. But go ahead.
Oh yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. You're on a plane, you're gonna be miserable. Just accept it. Just
But
accept it. And also,
okay,
like, the parent, I promise you, is so much more upset about their baby crying, and the
Like,
baby is even more upset that they're crying.
and
Like, the
then
baby is already upset. The
also
Well, yeah, it's
parent
not the
is like
baby's fault.
freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, I promise you.
my thought process here too is it's not 1970 anymore. We all have noise canceling
Yeah,
headphones.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
While
that's-
no one's raw dogging a flight and is genuinely upset that a baby's crying next to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fine. Just
Yeah.
calm the fuck down.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
will
I
say,
like really truly don't understand it because like
Well,
I get that it like is
Here's
uncomfortable.
here's the way I understand it. So let's talk about psychoacoustics, baby.
Yeah.
The human ear has evolved to hear the frequencies of a baby's cry louder than others. Our brains are our neurology is programmed that way. So like when it's enclosed and it can't go anywhere, you're gonna hear that over other things because your ear vibrates at the same frequency. Like that is just how it is. But also 100%, like the parents are the ones sitting next to the child. They like it less than you do.
And they have to deal with it more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's like they've
that's
got
what
to
I was-
go places. Like,
Yeah.
People,
That's just the
parents
fact
have
of
to
it.
go. Parents have to be places. Like, sorry, dude.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna
I
say
feel
though,
like-
is if I'm a single solo traveler sitting next to a parent and a child, I should be able to move my seat.
Yeah. Okay.
My thought is, and this is, I think, says a lot about me psychologically and like who I am, like the way I think about things, because I think I deal with inconveniences very differently than a lot of people that I know, which is that it's very difficult to inconvenience me because I'm basically chill with stuff. And one of my thoughts, whenever there's someone doing something weird on a plane, a baby's crying or whatever, and someone is being mad, same thing when someone's driving crazy or being a dick on the road. Sure, maybe these people are just assholes. But my thought on the plane is, what if they're flying to a funeral? Like that is always my thought is, what if they're going somewhere that they don't want to be going in the first place? And I'm also mad at them for the way they're choosing to travel.
Yeah.
And then when people are driving, I'm like, what if they really need to shit?
That's a really good one. That's a really good one.
Right.
As someone who took a lot of flights to very uncomfortable
shit all the
situations
time.
in the past like 2 years, like having a little grace for the other people around you who might be going through like, I don't know, the worst moments of their lives, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, and I think it's funny that I have this podcast where I'm just mean about people, but really ultimately at the heart of the podcast is that I'm like, these are people who are not treating others with empathy, and I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, it means that like when I wander throughout the world, I'm spending my time being like, well, what could make someone beyond like they're just a bad person? What could make someone behave the way they're behaving? And if I'm like just imagining everyone's always going through the worst day of their life, then it like you can't phase me.
100%.
Like I'm like, okay.
100%.
That's a whole,
You're absolutely right.
a whole cognitive bias that we have, that we always, when it's ever about you always have excuses for whatever your action is, but when someone else, you don't give them the same excuses. But
Yeah.
I will say, like,
here's
on that note, like, I've never run it. Like, I've flown now with my child twice, and so far, everyone has been perfectly nice about it. Especially the trick for anybody that won't work anymore because Southwest is being annoying. But if you're on Southwest and you board with your baby ahead of time, and like people will select to sit near you if they think babies are cute because they'll see you
Mhm.
there and they'll be like,
True,
People like the baby.
true.
I'd be a baby next to
Yeah.
Cedar.
Yeah.
Smart,
I
smart,
totally would pick the seat next to the baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Smart.
So like people have always been like, so far, I mean, who knows what'll happen, but like at least so far, everyone I've met like while flying with the child has been like wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that.
I think it's just like easy to be loud and mad about it online, and so it
100%.
feels like, I feel like a lot of parents I know, we freak out about it beforehand because like you hear all the nightmare stories, but it's also because like no one's like, oh, all these strangers were telling me how amazing my kid is, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hate having babies on planes. But you know what? I'm an adult. I get
Yeah.
over it.
Baby
Like,
has
I'll
to
deal.
exist.
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
headphones on and I get the fuck over it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
okay. Well, we don't have a
let's
ton
move
of time.
on to our next one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we have time for another round, but I do want to read some of the other ones. Just take y'all's
Did
temperatures.
Jaboki
and
get to
send
go
us.
though? For the last
That's
Oh
one?
okay,
no,
I'm
my God,
fine.
Jaboki,
No,
yes,
I want to
please
make sure
go.
that Jaboki gets a chance.
Yes.
No,
Oh my
you
God,
gotta
thank
do
you.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jaboki.
cool. Okay, great. Basically, whatever you think about acting, it's not a real thing. what actually is happening is good casting, and like the fact that the person can memorize and recite lines. That's like all it is.
So this is Misha.
No, this is Brandon. 100% this is Brandon Grugel. Brandon Grugel, who read a book famously while casting and how to direct stuff when we did our audio drama.
Yeah, why would I
Dude.
believe that if I
Well,
Because I agree.
as someone who has worked on productions where the performances came out great and the director was awful, yeah, if you cast it good, you don't need to direct anything.
Oh, okay. Wait, so would you have two people agreeing with this statement?
I
then?
agree with
No,
that.
I don't agree with the statement.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I
As
don't
someone
agree
who
that
does
acting
voice
is
acting,
nothing.
I don't agree with this
I
statement.
don't agree that acting is nothing. I've also worked with people who are phenomenal actors, putting in a lot of hard work and thought.
Yeah.
Come see come buy a digital ticket to the play I'm putting on in 2 weeks.
It's
I would
going to
say-
be really good, I will say.
Is there a difference then, Deboki, if you're thinking of this, is there a difference to Misha's point about like transformational actors or just like your average run of the mill actor?
Wow, way to call transformational actors like fucking Daniel Day-Lewis or whatever the
I'm-
fuck.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just asking a question of
Method
Deboki.
actors.
Method actors.
I don't- I'm not saying
enough
method.
about
Method is
acting to
bullshit.
know what that means.
Then what do you
Okay,
mean by
so it's Brandon.
transformational?
Like actors who like can sink into a role, like and you sort of
But
forget
that's
who
what
they are.
acting is. What
Okay,
are you
so
talking
the
about?
general
casting is.
public
I
would
think it's
call
like
that
they
method
are like
acting
cast in a way where it's like they've got that like persona to them, like they can do that.
Yeah.
So in my head, and I'm not saying this is like I'm not defending Deboki's thing, but in my head, the way I think of actors or the way I see them is like George Clooney. I always know I'm watching George Clooney, and it's wonderful.
Mhm.
There's the average actor who's like pretty good, and like I can ignore that they're a character, or I can think of them as a character. And then there are, I only push back on method acting because the
You're
thing
talking
that
about character actors.
no, it's I'm saying that method acting is a because I have read these books and talked about it. Like method acting is an excuse for bad people to do bad things, to have bad
Right, like
behavior,
Jared Leto.
Mhm.
like Jared Leto. So
Yeah.
Right.
that's my thing about that. But like,
Okay.
yes, that idea of like the actor that like a Christian Bale in Dick, like he transformed into Dick Cheney, like they're like
Oh.
like that kind of thing. I'm just asking if there's a difference between that and Deboki's mind, but Deboki clearly does not believe this, so I don't know.
I would be really surprised if Deboki was like, I have strong acting opinions.
Look, Point Break 2015 is my favorite movie.
Hey, you're not part of the MultiCrew, sign up so you can listen to that Head Heart
Yeah.
episode.
Incredible. Okay, should we vote then?
I'm gonna let other people go, but
I-
I have a hot take on this one.
I'm gonna
Wait,
say
also
that-
Claire said nothing during this. And I'm very curious what Claire's opinions
I have
on this
literally
are.
no opinions on acting. I watch movies and I say that's some good acting. And
Claire, what's your favorite-
my
Claire, what's your favorite movie?
I said Casablanca, but it's actually all about Eve.
Right. No, I was gonna like. I know that you said that was the best movie, but there's a difference between best and like
all
your
About
favorite.
Eve is my favorite movie
Okay.
of all time.
Interesting.
Which, interestingly, is a movie about acting. Which
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this is a
Um,
random person on the internet's hot take.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Claire, what do you say?
I think it's Brandon's because after Julia said it's Brandon, I said, oh yeah, oh must be Brandon's. I've
Now,
only guessed Brandon and Deboki thus far.
That's
so
true,
I
that
gotta-
is true.
DeBrandon? Brandoki?
Debroki.
Brandoki?
Brandoki, yeah.
Ooh.
Not
my
Debroki.
thought also.
DeBroki? You good?
Yeah.
All right, Julia, sorry.
Sorry, my thought also is that Claire said a lot of hers were too spicy, and I do think this is like a fairly spicy take. But I also like I'm really between Brandon and Claire on this one because Brandon loves a extremely just out of their take.
Yeah.
And also, I think if you said that to Lauren, she would be so mad at you. You know what? I am gonna go Claire on this one.
Claire.
I've decided I'm
Okay.
gonna go Claire on this one.
DeBoki, would you like to reveal whether or not this is your take?
It's not mine. Surprise.
I didn't think so.
Well, that's correct, because it's my take, motherfuckers!
Yeah, I didn't.
I,
get
to be
that
honest,
right,
I had
but
no
still,
idea
it's
how
all
Go
to
right.
tell
tell this
Lauren.
one. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to try.
I say
Don't
to
say
Lauren- okay.
acting's not a thing to Lauren.
I will first. Okay, I will say first of all,
Call
this
her
is
into the room right now.
I say this to her all the time. First of all, I say this to her all the time. Second of all, it's not a real hot take. Like it's just a fun one. And third of all, I would defend my choice that like the grain of truth in it is that I believe that good casting trumps quality, like the quality of actor, all day long. Like if you get the exact right
Should've
person
guessed
in the
that.
exact right role with acting level, roughly the same, like
Yeah.
that's like
there is a
perfect.
lot that casting can account for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
More,
This is-
more than like people who are trying to get you to buy their courses to get you into auditions will have you
Yes.
believe.
Exactly.
This is kind of on me. I have casted a show with Brandon before, and I should have guessed that this was your hot take based on the
Yeah.
discussions that we had in the aftermath of seeing auditions. So
My thought is that like it's really hard, really same way in like music where like even if you're covering a song, like people can still tell it's you. Like it's really hard unless you're an exceptionally good actor to like get rid of your affects, you
Mm.
know?
Oh yeah, and
That's
like
why I don't
as
like Timothy Chalamet.
Exactly.
also like I
Yeah.
would say as a voice actor who I know what my affects are, I know that I'm only getting roles where the the director, the casting agent is going to be like, yeah, that
Yeah.
is what we're looking for.
And that's good
currently.
casting. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, like my version of like this take would be that there's no such thing as good acting. The only thing that exists is bad acting. Because like I don't
That's
like
fair.
when the
Yeah.
Oscars happen, like I have like no idea. I'm like
oh
I know that this performance is good because other people are saying it's good. Otherwise, I'm like these are all the same to me. Like I truly have
I-
no idea what makes them better.
I
than
would
each
raise
other.
that to Boki and say that there are like good like an actor is always going to be like I think about a certain amount of quality, and that it is elevated by good directors and lowered by bad directors.
I
And
agree.
I always use both Nick Cage and Natalie Portman as a like sort of
Natalie
gauge
Portman's
of
a
this,
big one. Yeah.
where Natalie
Yeah.
Portman can be incredible in roles and then awful in other roles, and
Yep.
it really depends on who the director is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think she's
But I also
My
don't know
only
anything about directing, so I have the same take for directing.
That's fair.
Like,
That's
I-
totally
Yeah.
fair.
Yo,
I have no acting
they
taste.
directed the hell out of Black Swan though.
They did,
Mhm.
and that was a great Natalie Portman movie. Though
Well,
Brandon will
Bran-
disagree with me on that.
It's been a million years since I've seen it, so I can't
You
say.
should
But
watch
yeah.
it again.
I have no acting takes except that I think that this might be a hot take. I think that if you don't speak a language that your character is speaking, they should be dubbing it over with someone who fucking does. Because I
Yeah.
hate, especially as a Russian speaker, there's a big thing where people who are English speakers think that they can speak Russian in roles because that's a big, like that happens like way more than you would expect.
Mhm.
And they can never pronounce it right. And it
Mhm.
kills me every single
Yeah.
time.
Claire-
I did a show with some Russian lines, and we literally just hired like one of the people who was playing one of the Russian roles also just like did translation and dialect coaching with us.
Claire, my thought is, what do you think of something like Inglorious Bastards then, where a
Or,
lot of the characters are speaking multiple languages that are not their native speaking language?
Well, it's okay if it's someone else speaking English. I don't, but for Inglorious Bastards, actually, they mostly had people who spoke the languages. Like they had Melanie Laurent speaking in French
Mhm.
because she's a French speaker, and they had Christoph Waltz speaking in German because he's a German speaker.
Mhm.
And so I like it when it's that. I think anybody could speak English with an accent. That's fine. I think the problem is that English speakers, especially if you're a monolingual person, you probably don't have a good accent in the language you're trying to speak in
Probably.
because English is such a hyper specific accent. And so many English speaking actors think they can do things that they can't do.
I would say that is another marker of a good actor versus average actor is the amount of this is your literal job. Spend a couple of years learning how to do this properly, you know.
Or just dub over it. It's like the good example of this, or my favorite
I'd rather
example
have
of this
subtitles
is-
though. I fucking hate dubs. I can't.
Well, I mean, literally, you'd still be subtitled, but dub over it with someone who speaks the language. Because, like, my favorite example is John Wick. There's a fuckload in Russian in John Wick, and almost none of the people who speak Russian in it are actual Russian speakers.
Yeah.
And for someone who speaks any Eastern European language, it is extremely jarring to hear them being like saying they are literally like the Russian mob or
Mhm.
whatever, and they have these.
You're like, that's the
appalling
worst
accents.
accent I've ever heard.
It's really, really bad. They
Yeah.
also, for someone who's supposed to be a Russian speaker, they also pronounce his name wrong because it's not. Okay, here's a fun fact for everyone: it is not Baba Yaga. It's Baba
Baba
Yaga.
Yaga. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that would be like the most elementary thing in the world to do right, and they can't do
Mhm.
it, and I hate it. I love John Wick, and I hate
Pojalista.
that part.
But that name is Americanized, so
Well, no, it is Americanized to Americans, but it's not Americanized to Russian speakers.
But
But
the same way
Russian
that
speakers would put the emphasis on Baba Yaga rather
But
than
the same way
Baba
that
Yaga.
an Italian pizza magnate would say podcast, we would say no, it's podcast.
I mean, like,
you missed
maybe,
missed
but,
the reference
like,
to Bookie.
yeah, sorry, that was an earlier one. Where Brandon and I are
I
going to
still
start
enjoyed
Brandon and I are going to start a pizza company called like Podcast Brothers, but we're going to do it in Italian, so it's like Fratelli Podcasti.
But should we wrap up with
Yeah,
giving
what
some
are
of
the
his hot
other
takes?
takes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What remained for us?
So we've got, I believe this. Oh, I forget actually whose this is. So the book is not always better than the movie. Was that Deboki?
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fair.
that's true.
No,
That's true.
there are some famous examples of movie adaptations that are drastically better than the book they come from,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I would say Annihilation. I'm gonna put that. in there.
Yeah, Annihilation used the title of one book and adapted a second book, but it's good.
Yeah.
This one was a random one, so it's boring, so I won't say it. This was another one of mine that I thought at the last second, but I figured if Julia got it, it'd be funny. I think the Star Wars prequels are better than the original 3.
I think the Star Wars prequels are fun, but I don't think they're better than the original 3 for sure.
That's fair. That's
Brandon
probably what I'd say.
loves Jar Jar Binks.
I
Brandon's a
do.
huge Jar Jar Binks fan.
I'm
He's
gonna
a
tell
Jar
my
Jar-
friend
he's a Jar
Ahmed you
Jar
said
head.
that.
I wish you
do
would.
like. Listen, I do like the political and economic ramifications that show how fascism can easily grow in a society.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're better than the original.
I've seen a couple of cuts of just it's just bits of the prequels in one movie, and that's good. There's one movie's worth of stuff in the prequels.
100%.
Listen, Clone Wars, as a series, is fucking great.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, sorry, go on.
No. I just want to tell this last one, or second last one, that was Misa's, which is fucking insane. Non-fiction books 100% suck. Fiction only forever.
Yeah, agreed.
That is an insane take.
I wanted Claire to get that one so bad.
That would have been
Claire's
hilarious.
dead.
But also, that's a terrible take.
This is
That's
also
a
so
terrible
funny.
take. I
'cause-
cannot.
Nonfiction is
co-sign that.
boring. I need a narrative arc.
Yeah,
Nonfiction can have a narrative.
Well,
My
one for
thought-
me.
My thought is so funny
Okay,
because
I'm
Claire obviously
staring at my wall right now.
my thought is Claire obviously has to read essentially a nonfiction book a week for This Guy Sucked.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last time I read a nonfiction book as a person who got a degree in history. And
I have a
religious
friend.
studies.
I have a friend who is the literary director of a chapter of the Democratic Socialists of America, and he's constantly talking about theory and papers and all these books he's reading. And he also rebinds these books to make copies for himself. And I just went dude, I'm so down with this philosophy. I want to learn all about it. I cannot read a nonfiction book. Please give me something. And he said, "Oh, have you tried Ursula K. Le Guin's The Dispossessed?" And it's true. It's everything about theory with a vague narrative, and all of a sudden I could get through it.
Love it.
You know what
I
you
will
should do?
say,
You should read Ursula K. Le Guin's Space Crone. That is a very good
I'll
book
read
of
Ursula K.
essays.
Le Guin's
It's
anything
extremely
because
good, but it's a nonfiction essay book, and you will still like it.
The Left Hand of Darkness is probably responsible for me being non-binary. I'm not gonna lie.
There we
Love
go.
it, love
Fair
it.
enough.
I'll also say any David McCullough book I really enjoy. I like a David McCullough history book.
Nonfiction's so boring. How do you get through
That's
it?
just
get
not
it.
true.
I
That's
don't-
So
it's not true.
incorrect.
No,
You're
no,
just
I
reading
agree.
The wrong books.
I
And
agree.
it's
You're
makes
reading
me
the wrong
so
books.
sad.
Tell me the
don't
right
read
books.
Monthly nonfiction books
Well,
with my
I
friends,
could
so I was
literally,
like,
if you want, I can send you some books to read that are
Put
not
it-
horrible.
Put it
and-
in
and
general.
boring.
Put it in
Put it in
random
general.
in the Slack because I would
Yeah.
genuinely love to listen to more
Okay.
audiobooks of nonfiction stuff. But
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll have a nonfiction book out in a year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna
You
read
can
your
read
book,
if you want.
obviously.
yeah, obviously.
I'm just gonna wish that it had a protagonist and a
It has one protagonist per chapter. Thank you very much. It
Ooh,
actually
okay.
does
All
have people
Claire.
as
That's right there.
protagonists.
So
They're
that
all
doesn't
Claire.
sound like a nonfiction book so much as a short story anthology.
Sure, but about Nazis
Sure, whatever you
coming to
want.
America and the experience of liminality.
All right, Brandon. What's
the-
our last
All right.
one?
The final hot take. Well, I will also say I don't think I can't remember the last time I read a fiction book, but the last take. This is my hot take that I threw in the last second that I'm going to offend everyone alive. literally no newborn is actually cute.
I know,
Oh,
Brandon,
real.
100% I
You're
agree
right,
with that
but also
statement.
my baby was so fucking cute.
Yeah,
Like
Deboki,
you're
it's
so
because
right.
you had so many hormones telling you love this child, love
Yeah.
this child,
Love
love
this
this
It is
child.
child.
wild looking
Anytime
back at the
I see
pictures
a
and being like, oh, that's what he looked like.
truly, anytime I look at a baby that someone sent me, like, look at this newborn, I'm like, that thing's not baked enough. We should, like, as humans, we should have another full year
Right,
before
yeah,
that
yeah.
baby
We do.
comes
They come
out.
out half baked because
I
because
know.
otherwise the heads
The
won't
brain.
I
too
know,
big.
but
like
that's
who comes
bad.
out very unbaked are panda babies. Panda babies are
Mm.
so unbaked that their
Oh, yeah.
moms have to help them poop because
Yeah.
they don't have like their
That's
digestive
true of
systems
cats
are
too.
sticking.
What? Really?
Yeah, you have to, like, if you find like kittens that are like real newborn and the moms abandon them or something, you have to like stimulate their glands so that they'll poop.
That
Yeah.
sucks. Why would anyone have
Yeah.
a cat?
There's another Brandon hot take before we leave.
And
Well, I think
Brandon's
that's just the
right on
truth.
that one.
But
Yeah.
also,
Get on
I
me
just
up
want to
here.
say that anyone who says we should be baking them longer has never given birth.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that
Deboki,
baby could not
100%
stay in my
true.
body like a single day longer.
That's very
Deboki,
fair.
my friend is currently pregnant. And her due date is the day before my birthday. So I'm like, you keep that baby in there for as long as possible. I want a birthday twin. And she's
Yeah.
like, this baby could come out any minute and I
Yeah.
would be so happy.
Yeah.
I was the
yeah.
my nephews, my twin nephews, were due date was my birthday, and I was like, Jesse, if you give birth on my fucking birthday, I will kill you.
Well, I'm okay with this because this baby is not related to me. It's just my friend's baby.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
that way
See-
I can like shower this baby with presents on my own birthday and feel good about myself.
And if it was me, I wouldn't do it because it would credit out my birthday. I'd just be like, don't give your child this birthday.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
Well,
My
you
birthday's the
have
day
a
after
weird
Christmas.
birthday, to
It's
be
the
fair.
day after
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
that I do.
Oh.
It's the worst.
Boxing Day.
Yeah. So I'd be just like, do it. Induce. Do something. Don't torture your child this way, please.
I'm gonna sound like a crazy person. Start drinking that okra water right away. That'll get you out like a month ahead of what you're trying to do.
All right,
No
folks.
seed oils. Use the
seed
natural
oils, use the
deodorant.
okra.
Okra water.
Is that just water that was okra was in? What are
You
we
soak okra in the water and then
It's
you
very
like
That's such a
slimy.
waste of okra.
It's
and
very
cut.
slimy.
Well, you cook with it after, Brandon, but also
Okay.
it's supposed to induce faster. Like the baby just slips
Oh,
right
I
out
never
because
heard
you're
that
Oh,
one.
so
'cause it's
slimy? Question mark?
slimy.
I don't know.
Great.
Wowee.
Well, I'm glad we got to spread this misinformation online, folks. Thank you for
I
joining
did
me
it.
on Hottest Takes. The best about the game is that I'm right and you're all wrong. So
I
thank
honestly,
you.
I think we should do this more. This should be like we do our game stream, we do our trivia. This should be our third monthly event that we kind of
Mm.
cycle into things because it
Maybe.
is
This is
good.
genuinely really fun.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is
the
fun.
idea of doing
Library
anonymous.
Chick loved it. So
Great. I love the idea of doing an anonymous forum. So good idea
Yeah.
on that, Julia.
okay, we'll work on that next time.
Yeah. All right, folks. Well, thank you all for joining me. Join the MultiCrew. That's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you for being a part of the MultiCrew Drive. This is our last event of the drive. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed these events. I hope you enjoyed the additional audio content that we put out for
Hell
you.
yeah.
This drive was really kind of just a big thank you to y'all who support us in general, and we are so appreciative of that. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And
All
we'll
right.
see you next week with your podcast every week.
Every week there's podcasts.
All right,
Shocking.
folks. Everyone say
All right.
bye. Bye.
Bye.